Look at that, I've already got 5 beautiful people here, and I've already got the audio playing out of the head of the thing. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. I'm just going to cue that intro. I've already got 5 beautiful... what a start. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're going to cover an AC Milan versus Juventus. Had a bit of audio issues there, but let's cue that intro. Don't know how I'm here, and it's you that I want to need. You feel your heartbeat. You feel somewhere you're looking now. You feel your heartbeat. You feel somewhere you're looking now. Yes, people. Oh, I sound exactly like Jem there. Look at that. Can I just say that audio trouble there? That's not me being ill prepared. As you can see, I have ditched the Warzone look. I look like an actual presenter. Look at the people in the house. We've got Mustafa in. How you doing, Mustafa? We've got, I don't want to butcher your name. We've got AX30 in. Hello, CR7 going to boss this game. We will see. I haven't watched Ronaldo in a long time. We've got James Gabrielli. I've seen you pop up all over the place, man. Great comments. Big fan of you, my friend. And we've got Fernando Iniesta. What a combination of names there. Thanks for joining us, people. Yes, as mentioned, we are going to be covering Juventus v AC Milan. Now, as you guys might know, I tune into Serie A a little less than my other leagues. So I'm going to need you guys to come into the stream when that link comes in, be providing the info to the rest of the viewers and pick up all of them. We've already got 9 in at the moment. Now, I'm just sorting out my audio here, but I'll be sharing the lineups in a second. The game kicks off in 10 minutes. So if you want to be watching along, you can watch it on Premier Sports or a very legal stream. Or you could be chilling out watching FIFA and just listening to us play. We've got Crofty in last week. Crofty, I remember you were playing Foot Champs last week, I believe. Hope you had a good session in the end there. It's pronounced the Leo or Delio AX. The Leo AX. There you go, my friend. There we go. Now, I'm just going to make sure audio doesn't play out randomly. Yes, we've got it all prepared. Now let me share the lineups, people. By the way, if you've just tuned in and you're wondering if Jem or Ads will be joining us tonight, they may be. I'm not surprising anything, but that link will be in the chat. Let's begin to get these lineups on screen. Anyway, let's let Alex, the single host, just pull it up on screen as he struggles to do everything at once. Of course. Oh, James, I'll be keeping it. I'm keeping up with all your Foot Champs, people. 14 wins again on Champs, 9 games left. Get those wins, my friend. Get those wins. Fernando Iniesta, I'll answer your question in a second before I get too sidetracked. Because let's have a look at the lineups today. So, it is Juve at home. And we have got... We don't want you guys to see the rest of my tabs. We've got Szczesny in goal, Cuadrado, De Ligt, Chiellini playing. Me and Rittik were just covering Chiellini on Eurowatch, and we concluded he's an old has-been. We've got Alexandra at left back, Chiesa, one of my favourite players to watch this season, left mid, McKennie at right mid, and Ronaldo and Morata up front. And we've got Ibrahimovic up front for Milan on the other side, Çalhanoğlu, Turkey's fantastic player. By the way, Çalhanoğlu's got the second most assists in Serie A since August 2019, only behind Alejandro Gomez. Big plays from Çalhanoğlu. We've also got Brahim Diaz and Salamakers starting, or Salamakers. Kessié and Bennacer in midfield. Bennacer, what a player, by the way. And Tomori in defence. So any Chelsea fans, Crofty CFC, you'll probably be looking out for it. Now, let's go into more of the season, because I'm going to share the league table in a second, because it's generally been pretty interesting in Serie A. In fact, every league bar the Premier League has been been pretty thrilling, if in all honesty. I'm just making sure we can get it up on screen, because obviously La Liga's got a tight title race. Liga 1's got a very tight title race. Bundesliga and the Premier League's a bit off, but in Italy, I think it is just as tight. Now, obviously, Inter have already won, but the race for top 4 is extremely tight. Oh, big up. We've got Josh Thompson, my favourite troll in the house. Smith Rowe put in Arsenal head. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Josh, I love all of your comments. I don't know if everyone on GNA TV shares that opinion, but I'm a massive fan of Josh Thompson. But we're going to rate Milan's season, as Fernando Iniesta said, because if we look at the league at the moment, big up, by the way, whoever's in the background on GNA TV and covering for me in the comments, because I struggled with that last time. As you can see, Milan and Juve are tied 4th and 5th in Serie A. They're both on 69 points, ironic. And they need to, whoever wins today will jump the other. If Milan win, they're dumping Juve into the Europa League spots, which would be hilarious, I must say. Now, Lazio are obviously a little bit behind, but there's still ground to be made up. And Napoli and Atalanta aren't too far ahead. So this game doesn't mean everything. But if Juve win today, it's huge for them, particularly looking at that goal difference there, 36 goal difference for Juventus. So big moments in this game. But that being said, I'd love to get everyone's predictions in. The link in to the stream will be coming into the chat very soon. But yeah, I'd like to hear your predictions, because as I said, I'm not the Serie A expert. I only know my bits and bobs, my stats, things like that, the table there. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. So just get them in the comments below while I set everything up. But let's have a look at the comments here. Ever since I praised Josh, we've got a bit of fire going on. It looks like Crofty saying Tomori. Yep, Tomori will be playing. There's some war going on. Tuchel, are you watching? Sit down and watch us to put on a show against a team that slapped you up 5-2. Yeah, absolutely, Josh. Arteta is by far and away a much more accomplished and more experienced coach than Thomas Tuchel. I'm glad we've agreed on that. Just to the highlights of it, James asked Josh, what are your views on Arsenal 0-0 versus Good Evening? And Josh replied, Ronaldo is clear of Messi. Good answer to that, Josh. I do have to say. We've got Jem in the house monitoring me in the comments. Hello, Jem. Thank you very much for joining the comments. And hopefully you'll be on the stream a bit later on. I don't know how you do streams by yourself. I remember last week when Velvish one came in, it made things a little less lonely. You feel like you have to talk all the time doing this. So I'm glad for you guys in the comments keeping it going. And if you haven't already, please smash the like button. It massively helps out GNA TV as we charge towards 1,000 subs. I feel like that's been said for a while, but we've really stepped up the growth recently. So if you could spread it out a bit more, we'll hit 1,000 subs, and then you can see this channel absolutely take off. But in some ways, let's savor the moment right now where the chat's a bit more spacious and I can get to all of your comments, whether it's Daniel in Tuchel, we trust Wilkinson, or Mustafa. We can get to all of you and respond in even time. But we've got the game kicking off in 5 minutes. As I said, please get your predictions in while Alex sorts out how he's watching this game, because this isn't, for anyone who doesn't know, this is on Premier Sports. So unless you have a subscription, like myself, you might be a bit in the bin. So let's get this show on the road. And also, please share this stream out, because it's a bit difficult for me to tweet and also host. So if you could do that bit for me and get people on the stream, massively appreciated. Jem has asked, who's the players to watch on both teams, Alex? Good question. Now, there's a few players on the Milan team. Obviously, there's a lot of interesting players like Franck Kessié, Ismail Benacer, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, as we touched on, has a bit of a renaissance. Ibrahimovic is always a guy to watch. But I want to have a look at Tomori, because there's rumours of Chelsea looking for a centre-back in the summer. But if Tomori does a good performance tonight, he'll be putting his stamp on the mark. Thomas Tuchel was saying, look, if I could perform against Cristiano Ronaldo, then you have to at least consider me starting and bring me back in pre-season. Crofty has said 2-0 over a Tomori goal as well on that note. On the Juve side, I'm going to be looking at Federico Chiesa, because he is by far the most fun player to watch. But Fernando Iniesta is bang on point there, saying Benacer is absolute fire. He is Fernando. If you look at Ismail Benacer's tackles and interceptions numbers, he is absolutely ridiculous. He springs off the page. By the way, Jem has said, Josh, go to sleep. Your team's dead water. Josh, please don't go to sleep. We love your opinions. Please. We absolutely love them. So keep them coming, Josh. We love your comments. I love your comments. They're the highlight of my weekend. So don't listen to Jem. Keep commenting and keep them coming. And we've got 4 minutes till kickoff now. If you haven't already, please smash that like button. It's massively appreciated. Alex just tweets out the link, and the link to the stream will be going in. We'll say maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. We'll see how my internet copes streaming the game and doing a stream, and then we'll see, what's happening along. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I've just tweeted tune in, please. It sounds a little beggy, but yeah, fine. It is fine. Daniel said, are you sure about that? You good, Alex? Sure about what, Crofty? Sure about what? Oh, about Josh's opinions. Yeah, I'm 100%. They're the best in the game. James said, West Ham bottled it today. I've actually missed the final score. I was so busy filming a podcast. James, if you could tell me in the comments what the score was today, really appreciate it. Fernando yesterday says, Arsenal paid 45 million for Party when they could have brought back Benacer for 10. Yeah. That is genuinely the most hilarious bit. For anyone who doesn't know, Ismail Benacer was a former Arsenal player, but he was let go. Not the first former Arsenal player to be put in one of those best ever at X eyes. The game's kicking off in a few minutes, by the way. Sorry if you can hear my brother in the background too. He likes to make a bit of noise, but it's fine. It was 1-0 Everton against West Ham. Oh, that's bad on West Ham's part. I remember we were on the afternoon kickoff show, or afternoon prem show, and we said that we said that West Ham had the easiest run for the rest of the season, so the top four's kind of in their hands. But it seems like they've completely binned it. Bear with me, guys, by the way, because I don't want the audio of today's game blasting in my ears. There we go. Bit off-putting, really, isn't it? But you guys, who do you think's in pole position for top four? Because Chelsea got an unlikely victory against City. Obviously, Leicester lost at the weekend too, or lost on Friday night, wasn't it, against Newcastle? West Ham have lost, so it's between them two to get the last spot, unless Liverpool or Tottenham want to get in. But I don't know. Chelsea getting top four, Jem says. I think Chelsea are guaranteed top four now, aren't they? They're pretty much spot on for it. And Leicester will drop out and Liverpool will get in. I sort of tend to agree. That's the that's the more, but the more normal view, I would say. Here's a question for everyone in the comments. What do you think top four looks like next season? Because I think Chelsea will be looking to challenge for the league. City will be looking to keep it again. Liverpool will be looking to rebound and at least solidify top four. United will be wanting to get top four. Leicester will be wanting to build on things. I think you might see West Ham drop away, but Everton will be looking at that top four and thinking, we could get there. Depending on Wolves' perspective too, you want to see where they go. So that's like 6 or 7 teams who will have a firm eye on top four, and it's pretty close. Muhammad Ali, I've not seen you in the comments before, Muhammad Ali. It's good to see you've risen from boxing. Said, Forza Inter Simple. I think I butchered that pronunciation, mate. But yes, Inter the champions. Today's game, Juventus of AC Milan, which the players are on the pitch for right now. This is a decider, one of the deciders to get top four. Josh has said, Aguero showing us why he's overrated. Lacazette is clear. Nah, I'll tell you what, Josh, I love your opinions, but I even think that's a bit ropey for you, my friend. That's a bit ropey for you. Please subscribe, though, people. We've got about a minute till the game kicks off. We've got 10, 11 of you watching in and out. Really appreciate it, guys. Get more people in, be wonderful. But smash that like button and get those people subscribing. Already seen a couple of new people in the comments this week. Really appreciate it. If you can subscribe, you'll be seeing more games. And remember, if you've not been on the European Watch Along before, you'll know you won't know that we decide the game every week. We were meant to do RB Leipzig v Dortmund this weekend, but that was push in for a complication. But we do let you decide the game we watch every weekend. So if you're looking at next weekend's fixtures, get them in the comments, let me know, and we should be able to take a look at them. So yeah, you decide the future of this show. But I can tell you right now with Juventus and Milan, if you haven't got the game up on your stream, or you haven't got the game up, you're just relying on me for commentary. They're currently going through the lineups right now. And yeah, they'll be kicking off very shortly, I believe. I believe my stream will be behind. It might be a little bit behind just because I'm streaming and watching a stream. But, you know, we'll cope with that. I was meant to click on Timo's thing. How's Timo got 30 goals and assists? Daniel, has he got 30 goals and assists this season? I think he's got 20 plus, right? I'm not too sure. Chem is arguing about Timo Werner in the comments. What is new? Timo Werner, the hottest topic in world football for how many chances he misses. You know, I was looking at expected goals the other day for Timo Werner, and he has missed 6 goals that he should have scored approximately. So it's probably actually a bit more like 7 or 8. Which is appalling. It is really bad for Werner. His confidence is shot to bits. James Gabrielli says the flop of the season has been Matt Doherty. You know what? I kind of disagree, James, because I feel like he's not. I agree. I don't think he's played well, but I feel like he was set up badly. Don't think he got given much of a chance. But the game is about to kick off. Milan are doing a team huddle at the moment. Ibrahimovic is leading the team talk. 38-year-old Zlatan, who will be playing for Sweden in this year's Euros, or last year's Euros, depending on your view. There's got 16 people in at the moment. Thank you very much for tuning in for Serie A football. At this point last week, we had about 10. So guys must be tuning in for Serie A football. Really appreciating it, guys. And yeah, we're about to kick off now, up to 18. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe. Last week I felt like I was about 80% looking at the chat, 20% looking at the game. I'm going to try and round it back to 50-50 because I know a few of you are doing other things and just relying on me for commentary, or you're watching the game and relying on me to put some better info in than the commentators. So at the moment, Juventus are on the ball right now and they're holding it around the back. Juventus, that weren't clear already, they've started with a 4-4-2 formation, which sort of switches in and out of a 3. But yeah, we've got Weston McKennie on the right side too, with Quadrado. We've got Morata dropping deep there to get the ball, I believe. Milan sort of dropping off Juve early on. I think they're going to start this game a little, not conservatively, but they won't want to concede an early goal away in Turin. That'll be the worst way to start this game, which game is such magnitude, by the way. Ooh. So I'm trying to get the lineups up on screen as well, just to make sure I'll give you the best commentary possible. And computer's handling it just about well. Juve are coming forward here. We've got, it's being played out to Alexandra, I believe, on his Chiesa. Chiesa playing a nice ball inside. Oh, so Juventus corner. Some good work there on the wing. Can I stream the match on Discord? I mean, one, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not too aware of the rules on Discord. Players Panda. I'm not sure if that'll still get me, like banned or something. Or two, I'm not sure. Maybe next week, mate. But right now, not quite prepared for that. But that's a good thing. So maybe we should do that in future, mate. That's a good idea. Anuba Sakar has joined us. Says, this stream is null and void until Euroexpert accepts that Ollie is a top 20 manager in the world on current form. Thank you, Anuba, for your comment there. Now, if anyone wasn't aware, you've probably seen a list go around from 90-minute football, a place which I applied for numerous times and they rejected me. Not bitter. They've ranked the top 20 managers in the world. And Hansi Flick was second, which is laughable. And Ollie was in the top 20. And I did my own link and my own review. And Ollie isn't in the top 20. Anubov, I think on current form, I think he is maybe in the top 20. But in my opinion, it was like the best managers if you base it off the last couple of years. And I think Ollie's a great manager. And that's not to say he's incompetent with tactics or anything. He's clearly competent. But I just feel like there's other players good at improving players. 25 people of you here right now. Thank you very much for joining. The comment section is popping off. Press Panda has said, "Lord, I'm trying my best to watch the match, but I can't. This is late night in India, and I can't switch on my television." That's all right, Prayas. I will, even if you can't stay either to watch the stream or to watch the match, it's fair enough. I understand. Thank you for tuning in. Just make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll try and give you the best commentary. Just like right now, because De Ligt has just pelted the ball into Theo Hernandez after a Juventus free kick. Now, obviously, I've got audio off here, so I'm going to have to hold off to see. It was a good Juve free kick whipped in. It's fallen to the back post, and it's been belted against Theo Hernandez. He's clutching his bits, but it's gone out for a Juve corner. Juventus meet Milan 3 minutes in 0-0. By the way, the link to the stream will be coming in a couple of minutes' time, which is dealing with things at the moment. Juventus corner has come in here and it's headed clear from Milan. It's gone up into the air, and Juve are holding on to it in the edge of the box, but they've conceded a free kick. Milan under the cosh a little bit in the opening 4 minutes. Now, let's go through a couple of the comments while there's a bit of a pause. What do you actually think of the guys at 90-minute football? That I said a lot of words, and then Chris Hamill from Football Daily messaged me and said, you might be applying for a job at 90minute.com. They should be careful about that, and I tend to agree, so I'm going to zip up. Josh Thompson said Arteta has to be at least top 5. Completely agree. I think Arteta is a better manager than Pep Guardiola, mate. James Gabrielli said Sean Dyche is levels above Arteta. Now, I didn't put this in my top 20, but genuinely, James, I'm curious, you guys. I think Sean Dyche is a top 20 manager in the world. I think he is. I think you have to be supremely talented to keep that Burnley side up with such little money. They've spent 180 million since 2010. Most clubs spend that in a year. They spent 180 million since 2010, and they've stayed in the Premier League. Obviously, they've come up to it, been relegated, and got back up. He's remained competitive. He even can beat the big boys at times. I think Sean Dyche is one of the most underrated managers in the world, but that is just me. Fernando Iniesta might be a new person here, so what team do I support? I am a neutral, mate. I'm a complete neutral. I do not support a team, but I'm releasing a Q&A tomorrow where I go a bit more in depth into my background and, like the true answer to that. But thank you for asking, mate. Back to the game briefly. It looks like it's going to be a Juventus free kick. Milan haven't really got out of their box yet, so being a little bit harsh to them. It's played wide to Juventus now. Now, a feature of Juventus' play this season has been a little bit slow at times, a little bit sideways, and that's just been shown here because Juventus have lost the ball in midfield from Rabiot. Milan are coming forward here. It's been led off to Kessié, and the ball has hit the referee, but it's line play to go on. Line play good to go on. That's Latan's pulled wide. Got a few overlaps going on. Football slowed down a little bit here. Milan had a chance to counter, but they're holding the ball deep in possession. And that allows a good time to put the link in the chat. So if anyone wants to come and have their say and help commentate this game, you are more than welcome to the 21 people of you watching right now. Again, thank you very much. Like and subscribe. And the link is in the chat right now. Feel free to join however many of you are. If it gets a bit hectic, I might move it around a bit. But generally, you guys have been pretty good commentators. So maybe that's a way to look at it. Mustafa says Solskjaer is making history. Now, Mustafa, I can't really tell, but I think by your badge you're a United fan. What do you think of Solskjaer? I ask every United fan this because I'm interested to hear the different opinion on it. What do you think of Solskjaer? How long do you think he can stay in the job? What do you think would eventually get him sacked if he was ever sacked, if he didn't leave on his own terms? Barnes Atletico was meh. It was indeed meh. Apart from that one moment, Lionel Messi almost scored a ridiculous goal. Now, Juve got the ball. It's crossed in and cleared very well, I believe, by Tomori. Milan holding the ball in their corner. It's played out poorly. Now it's Cuadrado on the ball. Rabiot inside. And Juventus, they're quite flat at the moment still. Not really got a lot of penetration. Milan are just sitting back, mostly keeping this up. De Ligt's got the ball, and yep, he's forced to go sideways. Now, the interesting thing to look at here is Zlatan is staying a mile offside. There's another striker in Europe who does that, and he's by the name of Luis Suarez. What they both do, they stay a mile offside. So then when the ball goes past them with another player, they're onside and they can be in front of the defence. It's an interesting tactic. Maybe it's only used by the oldies but goldies, but yeah, it's an interesting thing. Jabba said, let's make it 20 likes, people. Yes, please, let's make it 20 likes. It would be very much appreciated to get to 20 likes. We hit about 30, close to 40 last week, I believe. So if we can get that number up again through the course of the stream, we really appreciate it. But let's get it up as quickly as possible. It's halftime in the Arsenal game. I'll tell you what, we've got 18 people in, and Arsenal playing, and I didn't even realise Arsenal were playing. So you know what? Well done to us. Thank you very much for tuning in while Arsenal are playing. Because who wants to watch them anyway? We want to watch the European ties. We want to watch Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Milan, who are on the counter-attack right now. Benacer's managed to bring it forward. Milan, they're not committed to throwing bodies forward at the moment. Juve are sitting back quite deeply in this opening 10 minutes. Both teams playing a little conservative. They're not going balls to the wall yet. Now, balls are out wide here. We've got Salamanca's on the ball. Back inside to Tomori. Tomori's put a nice ball in, and we've got our first person in. We have got Mr. Jem, CFC Jem. Jem, how are you?
Yeah, not bad, bro. Not bad. I can't watch the game, unfortunately, because it's on Premier Sports, isn't it? So I can't even watch it.
Yeah, and I'm watching it on Premier Sports, of course. Absolutely. How have you been, mate? How have you been this week?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Obviously, I didn't get to watch the game yesterday, the Chelsea City game. So, yeah, I just got a lot of texts and a lot of messages on that one to say that we'd beaten them, and I was just surprised, really, because it was 1-0 behind, and obviously Aguero tried that Panenka against us, which he absolutely failed. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was... I watched that. I watched the highlight of that. That was... I was speaking to this to my dad. I think it's more satisfying when someone flops a Panenka than when they score it.
Yeah, and to be honest, it was pretty poor penalty, wasn't it? It was
yeah.
bad.
Yeah. It's always funny as well when the goalkeeper gets up and just has that look of like, I want to like cut your head off, like for trying to mug me off. But
no, definitely.
I was going to ask, because Tomori's playing this game, and I know you're not watching him, but
yeah,
I'm sure you've heard the good noises coming out of Milan. Would you welcome him back at Chelsea, or do you think he'll be sold?
Is there not an opportunity for him to continue another season out there and continue the same contract?
I think I'm not sure if there's a loan extension, but there was like that £28 million option to buy. But Milan are a bit of a financial pickle, so that would probably come down, wouldn't it? If they want to make it permanent.
It's a bit of a weird one for Chelsea because at the moment, especially our defenders are all playing very well, and the biggest question for me is that it's just when Tuchel has to switch the system. Like, are we going to still get the same level of performances out of certain individuals, or are they system players? So, you know,
I think you're thinking of someone called. I think he rhymes with Landreas Mistinson.
Well, he gave a goal away yesterday, didn't he? And got injured at the same time. So, give him that one. But no, look, he's playing well at the moment. But with Tomori, I like Tomori. I always like Tomori. I just don't understand why he was never given the opportunity as of all the other defenders that have been given it. You know, it's a bit of a weird one.
It felt like something went down behind the scenes because he was like Frank Lampard's favourite son, and then all of a sudden he was like completely exiled from the team, and it was really weird how, like, especially this season, he just didn't play a minute, did he?
No, not Josh. Hydra, we can't show the match, mate. We'll get copyrighted. And
yeah.
Unfortunately, YouTube will not.
We're trying to hit 1,000 subs, not to start again.
Exactly, people. And also, guys, come on, let's get to 30 likes. Yeah, please subscribe. There's a couple people in the chat that are new as well, so please subscribe to GNA TV. We will be doing a giveaway when we hit the magic 1K as well. So if you look in the link below in the description below, there's a link to the Instagram page. If you go over to there and you follow us, you will then be able to enter into the competition as well. But please subscribe and please like this stream.
Absolutely. Fernando Iniesta said, how many likes to get a Manscaped sponsor? I think that's 100.
How many likes to get a Manscaped to sponsor you? I think so, yeah. I think it's about 100, 150.
Yeah, Fernando Iniesta, if you get 100 people in to like this video, we'll guarantee a Manscaped sponsor.
We had one person. We had a show in here once, and we had nearly 170 likes in an hour and a half. I don't know where it come from, but it was mad. It's just the likes were just flying in. So it is possible, but it needs you to share it. I need people. If we don't share in our socials, then people won't know about us. So we need your support, guys.
Absolutely.
How's the game getting on, Alex? Anyway, who's been more in dominating? Who's looking more like they're going to score?
I was about to get into it. So both teams have started quite slowly. They're both passing it sideways mainly. Juventus have held more of the ball. Milan have finally got a bit of a foothold on it now, but they're trying to keep it together at the moment. But they're starting to come forward here, besides 2 good interceptions from Weston McKennie. And then Juve look to go forward. It's going to be lost in midfield. Oh, no. Hang on. We've got Juve coming forward here. McKennie. He's played it wide to Cuadrado. Nice chance for Juve here. Cuadrado. He's gone to the box. And it's been lost to Milan. And it's going to go sideways and sideways.
What were the Dortmund game yesterday? Who won?
Good question, actually. Who won? Maybe someone in the comments could let us know, because I know if I search up the game, it's gonna freeze everything. But Juve in the box now. Oh, Tomori's just made a fantastic tackle to stop. I think that might have been Ronaldo belting it into the net.
I don't think that's true, Josh. Josh is saying the Italian league was declining, but then Ronaldo saved it. I don't think that's fair, is it? Fair comment.
I think, yeah, I think the Italian league, when Ronaldo joined, that was when it's booming. That's when Napoli are up there. That's when I think, if anything, now I guess now it is a bit more booming because Inter have won, haven't they? But
yeah.
that's mainly because Juve have been so poor under a novice. Jeremy, I was going to ask as well. Did you see that list going around today of the 20 top managers from 90minute.com?
I didn't read them all, but I saw Tuchel was 4th, wasn't he?
Yeah, right. He was. Where would you rank him?
Who was above him? Pep, Klopp. Who else?
And Hansi Flick.
That's quite high when you think about the managers who are above him. Do you know what I mean?
I say he's well above Flick.
Yeah, but I don't think he is based upon. It depends what it's based on.
It didn't say. Yeah. It just said 20 best managers.
Because if you're going based on success, then Flick he's got to be there, isn't he? Flick, Pep, and Klopp will have to be around.
Yeah, but then if it's based off success, isn't Mourinho up there?
Yeah, but not recent success, is it?
Yeah,
Mourinho is a successful coach, but he hasn't done it.
I feel like with Flick, I feel like with a manager, they need 2 seasons to do everything big. Because I think even though Flick's won the Bundesliga this season, they've not really. Even in the Champions League they've been a lot more vulnerable. And if Roberto Di Matteo could win a Champions League with Chelsea and he's not in the top 20, then I don't think Flick deserves to be straight away in the top 20. I mean, Danny Drinkwater says Hansi Flick's a good manager. Hansi Flick, good manager, every trophy in one season. Yeah, he did, but I feel like I could win every trophy in 1920 with Bayern Munich. Like the best team by miles in the league.
Yeah, very good squad from top to bottom, isn't they? To be honest, and yeah, I get that. It's a bit of a tough one. But in terms of the Italian league, where would you rate it in terms of being the best? When you've got obviously the German league, the French league is quite competitive at the moment, as we know it. English league, where would you rate it?
It's a good question. I think I'll put it 4th. I think I'll put the Bundesliga last now. I think for me it goes Premier League, La Liga, Liga, and Serie A, Bundesliga. Because I think Serie A, as we were touching on before the stream, I touched on at the beginning of the stream, the table right now is whoever wins out of Juve and Milan right now, they've taken a big leap to Champions League. There's only about 5 points in it. And it's just making it a lot more competitive. I think France looks even more competitive purely because there's only 3 Champions League spots. If that wasn't a thing, then it'd be spoken about a little bit less.
Yeah, I would probably say... the Premier League, the La Liga. I think if you're going based on competition, then you've got to go for the French. I mean, French league for me would have been bottom, usually, to be honest. Because PSG have run away with it so many seasons. It's become pretty predictable and boring. But this season, it's definitely improved vastly. But then you could say the same about the Italian league as well, because even though Inter have won it, you know, it's not just a Juve now, is it? You've got an AC Milan, you've got, Juventus. Like there's a lot of competition again, and that's what you want. And people would argue that with the Premier League, it's become a bit boring and predictable. When you look at Liverpool winning it last season from 20, 30 points ahead of everyone else, and now Man City, look like they've run away with it again. It's not really been that competitive as it should be. And that's just because teams around have been poor, haven't they, really? But and just to interject as well, on topic of Serie A teams, Milan have just almost scored by putting in some
lovely passing play. It's like very Arsenal-esque. I'm talking Wenger Arsenal, not Arteta Arsenal.
Yeah, I was
Sorry,
going to say,
Josh.
what Arsenal are you talking about?
No, very, very nice play on the edge of the box. I will say I think like with these European streams, I know you've not been able to tune in every single one, but I think what's really shown is that the football around Europe the drop off isn't as big as you'd think. Like I feel like in England we tend to think the Premier League is this big shiny product and everything else is a bit low. Whereas like watching Liga, one, it's exciting, and two, the quality of football is still really good. And the same in the Bundesliga, the same in Serie A still.
Yeah, I hear that. I do hear that. That makes
how far down is a question then? How far down in the league would you go until you'd bring out the term Farmers League? And that's a question for the comments too, because I don't find Andy Iniesta's just brought up the Scottish Prem. I think there's already a league above them, or I'd say Farmers League. But what about you?
What in terms of? Oh, right. In terms of the leagues that we've currently got, like what's the
yeah. So you go I say Premier League to Serie A if they're fifth, or Bundesliga if they're fifth. There's no quote unquote Farmers League there, and I feel like Portuguese league's still strong.
I think Portuguese is strong. I think the Championship's strong. I think.
Would you say the Eredivisie?
Yeah, you got to put that in there as well. That's still okay. It's not Farmers League, is it? That's still okay. It's got some good players over there.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like maybe Scottish Premier, though.
Well, you say that, but I read something about Rangers and Celtic, and apparently they're the most successful teams in world football because they've won so many major honours. Within I know it's not competitive whatsoever. Don't get me wrong, but they've won more major honours than any other team in world football. It's ridiculous. Something madness.
Yeah, you do have to give respect to that as well, because even though it's not as competitive, there is some cool facts in there. Like there's Anderlecht in Belgium. They qualified for Europe 63 years in a row, which is a record. Go on.
Why do I feel like Zlatan's just scored? Because someone's shouting out Zlatan.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to see, because Milan have got the ball in the opposition half. I had to keep an eye on it. They put some nice play together. We've got rebound. No, a very nice shot there from, I think that was Salamakers, but good save from Szczesny. But Teo Hernandez got down. Maybe it's about to be a Milan free kick. And I'll provide you some live commentary on that. At the moment, it's 20 minutes in, 0-0 at the moment. Milan have beginning to grow a bit more into the game here. I think it's Brahim Diaz, the former Real Madrid and City player, saved the ball just in front of the box and had a good shot. But I think it's about to be pulled back for a free kick. And we're about to see if Rashtra Karki's comment is true. I've not seen you in the comments before, Rashtra. If you're new here, please subscribe. Please like the video. Really appreciate it. You'll be able to see European football every weekend.
Please share on all your socials as well, guys. Come on. I don't know how many of you are here because I can't see it on my phone, but please smash the like button and subscribe, and also share on your Twitters. Please.
Absolutely. The numbers flicking between 23 and 25 up to down to 22 now.
That's nice.
Got some
good
decent
numbers.
Yeah, decent numbers. It's a bit more engagement than last week's Monaco-Lyon tie. So you guys are clearly in for the Juve Milan game. I feel like we picked a good game in the end after everything.
Yeah.
It's been, Jem, I'd have to say, it's been 5 minutes. I haven't spoken about a Josh Thompson opinion yet. So I do have to, just because Fergie wasn't known for playing attractive football. He was known as a serial winner. I think he's spot on there. He was a serial winner, Josh. Absolutely spot on there. Mustafa has said he's the greatest manager that's ever managed in the Premier League.
That's the most normal thing you've ever said, Josh. I've got to give it to you.
Yeah, it probably is, actually. It actually probably is. Do you know, as I read it, I felt a bit let down just how sane it was.
Yeah. There's a comment from Danny Drinkwater saying, do you think tomorrow's gone next season? To be honest, I don't know is the answer to that one. I don't know whether Tuchel would want him back. Maybe Tuchel looks at him and likes it. Maybe Tuchel would want him back. We don't know what Tuchel's going to do. We honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Yet.
I think Tuchel looked at Choupo-Moting at PSG and was like, yeah, I can use you. So I wouldn't even write off someone like Charlie Musonda, who's been training like a workhorse off the field. If he goes in pre-season and looks solid, I reckon Tuchel will look at him and go, yeah, sure, I'll give you a go, because he's done that at PSG. But going to have to switch to the Milan game now because Juve had given the ball away in their own half. It's Çalhanoğlu. Oh, it's a great tackle from De Ligt and a very naughty challenge there from Çalhanoğlu. Probably could have very much injured
How
someone.
high do you rate De Ligt, Alex? Do you think he's still one of the best defenders in the world?
It's a good question because he's been quite error prone. I don't know if you caught him last season, Jem, but he on his debut scored an own goal for Juve, and I remember writing about it. I think he committed 4 errors last season, whereas obviously at Ajax it was different. I think he's lost a bit of his reputation. Just like I think when he was at Ajax against Tottenham, he was like a behemoth. Like when he was coming up for a corner, you'd be terrified. Whereas now he doesn't really hold the same weight. But maybe that's because Juve is a bit of a laughing stock too.
Yeah, I know, because there's a lot of people I know that we're talking about maybe potentially get him over. Because I know Chelsea are looking for it. Does he offer leadership skills, or is he more of just a player that needs to play next to someone?
He was the captain of the Ajax side that got to the Champions League semi-final, and he did lead them very well. And he was only 19 at the time, so I'd definitely call him a leader. Before we continue, we've got someone else in to the stream. We have got Hassan. Hassan, how are you doing, my friend? I can see your mic's muted, but you in there?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, man. How are you guys doing?
Not bad, Hassan. Not bad, bro.
Yeah, doing good, thank you. You got the game on in any means?
I'm gonna put it on in a minute. 1 second.
Oh, good to know, man. Good to know. At the moment, it's still 0-0, 25 minutes, and Juve have now got the ball in Milan's half. I feel like comment about Zlatan was just maybe someone just shouting Zlatan because it's not been a goal yet. But the game's becoming a bit more end-to-end at the moment now. Milan have just won a free kick in
Gosh,
in
I can see you've returned back to your normal ways. De Ligt is overrated. The top 3 centre-backs in the world right now.
Just to give an update, Benzema scored.
Against Sevilla. Yes, I should probably. I'll get the other live scores up. So it's Real Madrid 1, Sevilla 0.
Yeah, so that means I think they are level with Atletico on top. So,
interesting.
Yeah, I think we'd have to review maybe the Spanish league, the German league. We're going to try and mix it up, aren't you, Alex? Try and catch them.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, we definitely need to do the Spanish league because that title race is going to the last game. So,
sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt because Franck Kessié has just completely left. I think that was how I'm just trying to get the names right. Basically, he's on the left wing, and it was Cuadrado and Bentancur just gone in for a tackle on him, and he's just backheeled it through both their legs and completely left him in the dust. That's one of the best turns I've ever seen. But yeah, we do mix up every week the ties. I was looking at the games this weekend. We were originally going to do Dortmund-Leipzig, but wasn't able to cover that game. And then the other game tonight was PSG-Rennes. We've covered the French league enough, so this is the interesting game. But I feel like La Liga is definitely hotting up because I think there's only a few points in that title race, so definitely good to keep an eye on it.
Definitely. It'd be definitely worth watching, seeing what's on next week. Viewers, let us know what games you would like to see next week on next week's schedule. Let Alex know. And
absolutely. And we just interrupt. We've got 30 people watching right now. Thanks to all of you tuned in. Please like the video.
Justin, it's corrected as offside, so it's 0-0.
Sorry?
Fair enough.
It's offside, so it's 0-0.
Fair enough. Yeah, we've got 30 of you watching. Please like the video, subscribe, and share this out because going pretty well at the moment. Last week at this point, it was me doing 1,000 words a second because it was just me hosting till Velvish one kind of saved me. But at the moment, it's a bit more chill. We've got some good arguments going in the comments. I think Josh is doing his successful baiting, and we've got the top three. He started off an argument of the top 3 centre backs in the world. I don't know if that's an I or an L, but Yuchi has said top 3 centre backs in the world are Rudiger, Virgil van Dijk, and Diaz.
Some new people in the chat. I'm going to say there's a lot of new people in the chat that I've not seen here, and it's great. We're great to have you here with us. Please subscribe as well, yeah, people that are new here, because Alex will be doing a lot more of this as well. Plus, you'll get a lot of Josh's trolling as well along with it, which will keep you entertained. Absolutely.
Before I hand the question off, it's just like a question to those guys. The new people in the chat, I feel Fernando Iniesta, I've not seen you before. I'm not sure if you've been in the other streams. Yuchi, I've not seen you. Have you come because of the European stream, or have you come because it's Serie A? I want to know so we can sort of gauge the content towards you guys. But yeah, top 3 centre backs in the world. Hassan, what do you think?
There's not that many out there at the moment. So I'm just going to say based upon knockout football, in a mixture of the league. Diaz is arguably this season one of the top three. Rudiger, I would agree with, and I don't know who the third one is.
Oof.
I think because I'm basing on this season and the performances as well.
Yeah, I think it's better to base it this season. I think this season, it's. I was about to say a name that will get me a lot of stick, I'm going to go with Mark. No, I was going to put Marquinhos in, but he's been a little bit too error prone. I'm going to go Diaz, Rudiger, and Harry Maguire.
Whoa, Harry Maguire.
Whoa, relax,
Harry
man.
Maguire.
I think he's massively underrated. He plays nearly every minute for United, apart from the start of this season, including the last 3 years, I'd say. Apart from the start of this season, he's not put a foot wrong. And yeah, I think he's massively underrated.
I think Harry Maguire gets a lot of stick. Don't get me wrong, and I do think he's a decent defender. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's world class. I think he's a top defender. I don't know about the best in the world. Like best.
I think the thing with him is he's so consistent, and I think that's just an underrated thing, like just being able to play 50 games a season and do a 7 out of 10 performance nearly every day. I think that's a big quality.
Yeah, I would probably say Diaz. I wouldn't put Virgil van Dijk in it because he's not been playing the season. I wouldn't put any Liverpool defender in it whatsoever. There's a good shout for Chelsea at the latter end of the season. You could say since Tuchel's come in, you could talk maybe a Rudiger. I think Thiago Silva's always going to be in there for me because I just think when he's playing, he's for me revitalised that Chelsea team. And I think he just demands, with his presence, he demands such high levels as well. His attention to detail is so on point. It reminds me of John Terry when he was at Chelsea, same sort of thing. So even at 35, he's still for me one of the best in the world, I think. Anyway,
I think that's fair. Thiago Silva's definitely up there. Just an update on the game. Crofty has asked what's the score. It's still 0-0, but Chiellini just had a massive chance to change that. Obviously, we've got Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal. He's come to claim for a corner, completely missed it. Chiellini, free header at the back post, open goal, and he's put it wide. So it's still 0-0. And this game's hotting up a bit more. Just going to stay on it for a second because Milan are coming forward. But Çalhanoğlu has given it away, and Juve will come forward again. But that's a big chance for Juve there. Harris in the comments said, who do you think will finish top 3 Serie A? Now, going to bend the question a little bit because not all of us have covered, not all of us are engaged in Serie A at the moment. Let's change it up a bit because you guys are Premier League based. Jeremy, you're a Chelsea fan. Hassan, I think you're a Chelsea fan too. You're in the Champions League next season. What Italian team do you not want in your group?
I'm not scared of any of them. If I had to choose one, and you forced me to, probably Juventus. I mean, look, I know people will say Inter Milan, but I don't worry about Inter Milan. But I don't know.
But then Juventus got knocked out by Porto.
I'm going to give it an interesting one. I'm going to say Atalanta because.
Oh, I like that.
Because they've got dangerous wing backs who could cause, like what I said, a highly rated goal sense. A player like of his quality who could create chances. They're some of their midfield players as well. Like they're one of the highest in terms of chances created. So
I think they'll just leave themselves open though. That's the only thing. They remind me a bit like Leeds, where they would just counter go for us constantly, and the gaps would be there for us to.
The two most interesting one I would love to see is Inter against us, because Inter do turn up against us, and Atalanta.
And you also got Conte.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Atalanta, you got Lukaku, all them like that. They're the twos that would be the most interesting.
He's overrated. Lukaku.
It's a harsh one. Just got to interrupt because there's a few people in the comments. New people again who've got Ohio Turbo I've not seen before. Thanks to John. He asked what I think of Dybala. I think it's a bit misused, but a few people have mentioned in the comments how to watch this game. Now I'm watching this on Premier Sports, of course, but I know of a few people who are despicably watching it on a site called Soccer Streams. So if you want to, if you want to break the law, if you want to do horrible things, yeah, you could do that. But you don't do that. That's very
we don't condone it. Yeah. We don't condone
Yeah,
that.
absolutely not. Disgusting. Do not go on soccerstreams.net. Dreadful.
I'm just saying, yeah. Total sport tech.
But
Put the
keep
link
going.
out,
Keep
Alex,
them.
again. Put the link back out in the chat if there's any
Yeah,
more people. that want to-
absolutely, yeah. All you need, guys, is almost share the screen instead. All you guys need is just a working microphone and don't have a bunch of background noise like I do with my brother. There's the link in the chat, guys, if you want to join in. I'm just regaining the stream at the moment, so you have to pause the match updates, but it's still 0-0, I believe, between Juventus and AC Milan. Just getting my stream back together. We'll get it up now. Oh, Mustafa asked Jem, how is Lukaku overrated? He's one of the top 5 strikers in the world.
Why are we so reactionary? Why is it when
Whoa.
the striker has one good season, he's now one of the best strikers in the world?
I mean, he's done well for the last couple of seasons, though.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Why can't he hold himself in the Premier League then?
In fairness, that's a good point. But I think the one thing to note, the big change in him, he's shedded a bunch of weight and he's got a lot quicker. And the key thing, like obviously in the Premier League, his touch was dreadful. But in Serie A, what you tend to see now is him having like high quality link-up play.
Sevilla
scored 1-0 Sevilla.
Fernando.
The thing for me with Lukaku is, I know he scored a lot of goals in Serie A. What would interest me more is how many chances is he getting created per game and how many is he converting? That would be my question with Lukaku.
I will get up in the background in a second because we've got someone new to come in. I'm not sure if I've seen you come in before. As I said, guys, new people in the chat. The 23 of you watching at the moment. I was flicking in between 23 and 33. Bit of fun there. But we've got, if you're ready, mate, Sri Ram Reddy in. First of all, I don't want to butcher your name. I'm going to call you Ready for the second. Can you give us the pronunciation of your name, mate, if you're available? I see your mic's muted at the second. Oh, sweet. I think I offended him too much. Oh, well, he'll hopefully come back. But if anyone else wants to join, more than welcome to.
All right.
Who against Arsenal?
Yep. It's 2-1.
Is that who they're playing? That's why we've got 30 people. No one could be asked to watch West Brom versus Arsenal. No, that mid-table clash, West Brom v Arsenal, relegation clash, more like.
And I'm just gonna keep an eye on PSG versus Rennes because, of course, that's also a time race.
Hassan, I'm gonna have to rename you Jeff Shreves.
Yeah, he is. He's more like Kamara. Kamara, give us an update. What? How are Lille getting on this weekend? Did they win?
Yes, they did. They beat Rennes. They beat Rennes on Friday night. That was the last big game. So they're currently 4 points clear. Unless PSG draw or win, then the pressure's back on.
I think they're going to do it. You know that. I really do,
yeah,
Alex.
I know.
I hope they do as well.
Absolutely. Just an update on the game because it's back on. Milan just came firing down the left-hand side. It's Teo Hernandez doing brilliantly on the left. He's cut it in. And De Ligt, and the combination of De Ligt and Alexandra has just stopped Ibrahimovic scoring an open goal at back post. It is fantastic defending from Alexandra, a player that I think a lot of us thought was finished at times just because we don't get to see much of him at the moment. It's a Milan corner, and in the meantime, I'm just going to say, Headers crossed in now and cleared from De Ligt. To answer your earlier question, Jem, about Lukaku's goal scoring. So he scored 21 goals this season, and that's come from an XG of 20. So he's been outperforming himself, and he's got 10 assists, which is also like really strong. He's been firing off 3 shots per game, which is one of the most in Serie A. So yeah, he's been on great form.
Let's see. Let's see if he can be consistent with it. That's my question with him, because we've seen him do it at Everton. We've seen him do it at West Brom. He scored a crazy amount of goals. Crazy amount of goals, especially when the team's built around him. And then the next season, he scored goals, but he kind of dipped in terms of levels. So I don't know, man. We'll have to see with Lukaku.
Fernando Iniesta said loads of dribbles as well. That's the key thing. I don't have the stat in front of me, but his dribbles penalty is up, which is something obviously a bit weird we don't get to see from Lukaku. We've got Daniel Wilkinson in. Daniel, how are you doing, my friend?
Good, bro. How's everyone? The deluded Brummy is here.
Hey,
For Josh in the chat.
Josh won't ever come on here. He's just a troll. I always tell him to come on, but he never wants to.
I'd love Josh to come on. That would make my day. That'd be like Christmas.
You
That'll
know
make
what
his day.
we
Come on,
joke-
Josh. Come on.
You know what would be jokes to have Charles and Josh in for North London Derby debate.
Oh, that would be funny. Them two having it out. That'd be beautiful. People, please smash that like button if you're still here. I don't know how many of you are in, but please smash that like button. Please subscribe. Let's get to 30 likes, people.
Absolutely.
It says 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, the number's a bit flickering at the moment. It goes from like 19, then it'll go 33, and then it goes 27. It's a lot of fun on
That's what
StreamYard.
they're doing. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely. People tuning in and out. We like it. We like it. Emil Smith Rowe is clear of Mount. Is Josh's latest comment. The Undertaker's back in the comments. The Undertaker, I'm just pinning your thing up. Jacko's been dirty the last 5 years. I don't care about that. But Undertaker, can you put your Twitter at him? Because obviously you sent a question in last week for the podcast, me and my friend Rittik, host Eurowatch. And I got the ats in from Twitter people had asked. Didn't have your at, so we went through the questions. It was like at Mona Simpson, at Josh Thompson, and then it was a question from The Undertaker. Feel a bit bad about that. Please get your at in so I can correct that.
I'll leave you to it, boys. I've just got to jump out, yeah?
Sure thing, man. Sure thing. Thanks for tuning in, Jem.
No worries. Talk to you a bit.
When mid-roll scores in the Champions League semi-final, then we can talk.
Or we've got... I'll have to say my legal stream has been dropped back a little bit. I don't know if you guys are watching it. Might be watching it the same way. Premier Sports, of course.
Yeah. Zlatan's hurt his head on mine.
There you go. Then I'll go try and catch up a little bit. The Undertaker says, "I don't go on Twitter." That's a bit of a shame. But Undertaker, if you find my Instagram or something at Alex Barker or my Twitter at Euro Expert, you'll be able to see the podcast Eurowatch. And your question from last week, I think it was about Turkey, gets answered. So just wanted to reconnect with you on that point. Mustafa might come on as well. That'll be good to see. Daniel, would you say you've currently got the stream up at the moment?
Yeah, currently got the game on.
What minute's your one in?
I don't know. It's just showing Zlatan at the moment still.
I'm trying
39, nearly 40 minutes. 40 minutes now.
Okay. I'm regaining mine. Sarthak Sharma says, do you play FPL? I'll answer in a second because my weekend went abysmally. Do you guys play FPL?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Oh, mine gets modded every time, man.
At what points numbers? Hassan, what point number are you on?
I don't know. I haven't checked it this week, so I just have bad luck, man. Whenever it comes to FEL, I think that this and that player will do well, and then they don't end up doing well on the FPL, man.
Daniel, what about how are you doing FPL
54
this week?
Yeah.
See, I had some really good logic on FPL. Daniel, Hassan, and Sayak who asked a question this week. Obviously, Man United, they're playing playing 3 games. And I thought, you know what? There's one player who plays for Man United every minute, starts every game, no matter what. His name's Harry Maguire. So I captained him. He's played 60 minutes. He's gone off injured. So that's my weekend in the bin.
Yeah. I've got the pen merchant joke, Bruno.
I tried him for a bit and he got me no points, so I just completely gave up.
I've had Bruno all season.
I've had Bruno all see. I got him when he started dropping off, and I've kicked him out now. He hasn't really regained it. But I think
I've had to put Pasaka and Luke Shaw in because they're playing 3 games.
Oh, you're smart. My highlight of FPL was triple captain Son on game week 2 when he got 3 assists and a goal, and he got 130 points.
Mine was triple captain of Werner and I get 4 points.
Oh, I've got a few pop-ups coming up there at the moment. Oh, there we go. And I'm back on the stream. 44 minutes in. 0-0. Sorry if there was a bit of a blank for you guys listening in. 0-0 Juventus v Milan. And we've got Mustafa in. Mustafa, I don't think I've spoken to you on a stream before. Mustafa Abdul Ali Glazers out, Saudis in. Well, he joined for a brief second, and he's out already. He might not have been ready.
He'll probably be back.
Keep watching, guys.
Oh, I am indeed. It's a Milan free kick, it looks like.
Well, it keeps turning off.
Milan free kick is about to go into half time. 0-0 at the moment. It's 45 minutes in. Milan free kick has come in. It's gone far to the back post. Szczesny spills it. Oh, this is Diaz, I believe. Diaz. Oh, what a goal that is. Thank you very much for the heads up, Hassan. But yes, Brahim Diaz has just scored a fantastic goal for AC Milan. So it's 1-0 Milan.
AC Milan. Oh, you won't be out Champions League. Well.
Yeah, that means, they've leapfrogged Juve, who are currently in the Europa League spots now of this second. Paolo Aldini in the stands celebrating. Pirlo on the sidelines.
Still watching mine. Oh,
in the mud. It's a free kick. Free kick won by Alexis Salamakers. Free kick came in. Szczesny did dreadfully in goal, and then Diaz done what he gets a little lucky to get it past Cuadrado, and his finish goes over a leaping Chiellini into the top corner. 1-0 AC Milan.
Oh, I'm still really on 43 minutes, 24.
Oh, you might be a bit behind, boyfriend Daniel. It's fine. You're going to go into half time in a minute. Mustafa, I'm going to add you into the stream in about 10 seconds. So try and get ready for then. Let's go through the comments still. Got 22 of you watching. Thank you very much for watching, people. If you haven't already liked the video and subscribe, I feel like I should just record myself saying that, and then, it makes it a bit quicker, but it's all good. It's been 10 minutes since I got Josh's opinion up. Chelsea fans always mention their fluke UCL whenever they have a chance. Trust me, Arsenal will have 2 before Chelsea get their second. Mustafa, I'd like to get your thoughts on that. Yeah, I agree too. Josh, I think Arsenal, if they did have 2 Champions League finals before Chelsea played their Champions League final, which they're probably going to win, I would agree. But I can't quite see it. Oh, got Mustafa joining in at the moment. I'm going to put the link in the chat again, because we're about to head into half time. Although the referee has, I think he's been doing a little VAR review. But he's given he's given the goal, so it's all good. Still 1-0 AC Milan, and it's about to go into half time. But yeah, I'm going to put a link into the chat for the new people as well in the comments. If you want to come in and join the conversation, you are more than welcome to. Going to answer Sarthak's comment. Guys, who do you think will win La Liga?
Barca?
You sure?
Let's go with Drake, so I won't bottle it from there.
Okay. One of you I'm agreeing with. Mustafa, are you here?
Yeah.
Mustafa, who do you think will win La Liga?
I want Barca, but I think it'll be Madrid.
Oof. So we've got all three teams voted in. I personally think it's Atletico. I feel like they're just gonna crawl over the finish line. I just typical Atletico mode. Like, they've been dreadful for the past few weeks, but I think they're just going to crawl over. But why do you guys think Barca and Real? We'll go
because of bottle jobs.
The bottle jobs. I mean, what's the points table saying at the moment? Let me get it up on the stream, because going into half time, they're still doing a VAR review at the moment, I believe.
Atletico are just the Spanish Spurs.
That's offensive to Atletico Madrid, that is.
That is indeed.
Not really.
Well, we've reached half time. We'll tour through the other leagues. I'm gonna get them up on the screen in a second. So at the moment we've got Rennes playing PSG, Arsenal playing West Brom, Real Madrid playing Sevilla, and Juve playing AC. Let's flicker through them at the moment. Just gonna get it all ready.
I still 1-0 Sevilla. Who scored? Oh.
Yep. Gonna rock through them now, actually. So let's get this screen up. So the other results around Europe, guys. At the moment, AC Milan are beating Juventus away from home 1-0. If you missed it, it's half time. We are going to take a look at the other games, from across Europe. We can go to Rennes v PSG. It is 0-0 at the moment. No goals from either side. We've also got Arsenal v West Brom. Arsenal winning 2-1 with 10 minutes left to play. The goals have come from Emile Smith-Rowe and Nicolas Pepe. And these are the lineups here. West Brom obviously in the complete mud. Real Madrid, 34 minutes played, are losing to Sevilla 1-0. It's Fernando, the defensive midfielder, who has scored. Real Madrid, you can see they're starting the same midfield that started in the Champions League. The only newcomer and change there I think I see is Marcelo and Valverde. So it's interesting there. And then we're going to head to the La Liga table. Give me a second for it to all load. So see what that does to La Liga, because this is the other league in focus at the moment. Obviously, Serie A we'll touch on in a second. But yes, Atletico are top on 77 points. Barcelona second on 75 points. Real Madrid third on 74. And Sevilla, this one would take them a bit closer on 70 points. They're kind of out of the title race, I believe. Or I'm not too sure this is actually counting their win at the moment because the game's played. Either they'd have a game in hand, but it's interesting things to look at there. So Atletico still above it there. Do you looking at this table, guys? Do you still think the teams you said will win it?
Yes.
Yes. Anyone change their mind?
No.
No. Fair enough, guys. Fair enough. Touching on France here, the Undertaker has said he fancies Monaco in France. I'm not sure if that's the next season or just in general you fancy Monaco, but I also think Monaco are going to do well next season, just as a side point.
I think they're going to win it this year. I think.
Nah, no chance. They're too far off now. I think they're yeah, I think so. I think they're 3 or 6 points. Oh, I don't know. I'll make sure I get it up in the background. But I think the loss against Lyon really put them in the mud. And then Lille's win.
How many games have got left then?
So I think it's 2 now, unless if they've already played. So Monaco today, they beat Reims 1-0 away from home. So they're 5 points off Lille, who are in top spot, and there are 2 games left to play. They're both played 36 games each. PSG at the moment, if they draw today, then they'll be 3 points off Lille. So they'd need Lille to lose one of the last 2 games to even catch them. So it's heating up around Europe. We've picked a good time to do these European streams, haven't we, guys?
Who's currently top?
Of Liga, and it's Lille.
Oh.
Yeah, 79 points, and PSG are second at the moment of 75, so 4 points off. But if they draw tonight, that goes down to 3. And if they win, goes down to 1. So, yeah. Yuchi has asked, what are your thoughts on Man United? I think they are second half FC.
Same.
Mustafa, what do you think as a resident United fan?
No.
No.
I have a different name for them. I don't think they're second half FC. I think they're away team FC.
Away team FC.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, so that away record.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, I think they've now. Mustafa, you probably know. So interrupt me if you know it off the top of your head. But if I get it up, yeah, they've Man United's away record this season. They've won 11, drawn 7, lost none. They're the only Premier League team to be unbeaten from home, which is a great record, to be fair.
Away from home, yeah.
Yeah, obviously at home it's a bit more sketchy, but yeah, pretty interesting. Sarhak asked Mourinho or Pep, who's the better manager? The question is,
me.
Excuse me.
We're asking prime for prime.
We're going. Okay, we'll go both. We're saying at the moment who's the better manager, and
no, at the moment it's Pep.
Okay, and then you're
Pep.
saying,
Yeah.
but you're saying prime Mourinho is better than prime Guardiola.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say, right? One did it with no world class players, like no team filled with world class players. That's what I'm saying,
I
man.
mean, FC Porto, he won like he didn't win
He
like a
did
treble.
one with Inter
Yeah,
and he
Porto,
did one
they
with
had their players.
Porto, man. He did a
I
treble
tell you
with
what,
Porto.
you've all swung me. That's a good point. I almost forgot about his Porto win. I mean, it was like 60 years ago, but yeah, no, that's fair. Because if Pep was at Porto, he would have asked for, all right, I need this player and this player and this player. And I feel like he would have improved the team a lot, but he would have required more money in than.
And don't forget, I know it's Real Madrid, but he did win trophies against a prime Barcelona. He did win trophies in a
Also,
very dominant Barcelona's league.
also, if Pep was at a team where their players, he'd fail.
If Pep was where?
If he was at a club where there's no money, there's their players like at Arsenal, he'd fail.
I don't think he'd fail per se. I feel like he'd spend a lot of money, but he's a really good coach. He still improves the players that he has. I mean, you can't deny that.
Yeah,
Told
I
you.
mean, I'm not gonna lie. Taking Spurs to a cup final is a good achievement, but I don't know if he would have won it or not. I think he would have won it if he was still there.
I'm just showing it
Also-
Inter Milan highlights.
Also, Jose did win the Europa League with United.
Sorry.
Also, Jose did win the Europa League.
Yeah, but I feel like that achievement gets blown up more than it is because who do they play? Who did they play on the route? In the final, they played an Ajax team that was literally full of children. Like there was like 16 and 17-year-olds in that side. So I feel like don't get me wrong, I feel like this. I feel like finishing second with United in that season was a big achievement. I feel like the Europa League one was a bit more of an like expected. Like if he had lost that Europa League final, probably would have been sacked. Well, not sacked.
I mean,
but
he is currently their most successful manager.
he's a more successcul manager.
I said he's currently Man United's most
successful manager.
I think so. Yeah. Well, yeah, post Ferguson, I think so, because obviously Ollie is dropped off a little bit. We'll be heading back into the Juventus v Milan tie in a second, though, guys. Obviously, halftime was just passing at the moment, and we're heading back into the game in a minute, and hopefully we'll see if there's any changes from Juve side. Obviously, Juve at the moment losing 1-0. For the guys who've been managed to watch throughout the first half, what have you thought of Juve Milan? I thought Juve were dreadful for the first bit. I think Jem was interacting with a guy in the comments who might have been a Juve fan, so I'm sorry if I've upset you there, but I felt like you were so flat. It's a bit painful. But what do you guys think?
Juve are dead, man.
What did you think of Juve in the first half?
I mean, if it goes to show inexperienced managers, it just goes to show like look at Arteta, look at Lampard, look at Pirlo, like 3 prime examples why you should have jumped or skipped like the ladder of becoming a manager. Like you should have gone straight to the top. It just goes to show. I feel like, you know what's funny, right? The disrespect with Sarri, right? After winning Serie A, only to bring a manager who's going to get him Europa League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an interesting question for you guys. Based on Ronaldo's expectations when he came in at Juve, factor that in. Is he a flop?
No.
Don't put your Manchester United Ronaldo into it. Like take that out, take the bias out, because in my opinion, he's came in there to win Champions League.
Look at team though.
I kind of think I do think Ronaldo, that this is going to be looked back on as a bit of a failure of a move. Like for the money that it's cost is so much to be knocked out by the Champions League by Ajax, Porto, and Lyon. It's not the best thing.
And don't forget, Juventus always won Serie A before you came. So winning Serie A is like.
So you're saying it's easy to win Serie A, that's why. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
but if
they had the
team
9-year dominance before Conte came in.
Yeah, but if he team, Ronaldo is only good on there. The rest of us dead or not good enough.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, by the way, guys, we'll be tuning back into the game in a second. Where's about a kickoff again, obviously. Just coming out of half time, just making to get it back up now. And thanks to everyone tuning in at the moment. It feels like it was a bit weird though. I was looking at the viewers. It feels like everyone's gone for a toilet break from the game and stream. We were going 30 concurrent viewers, and then it got to half time, went down to about 4 or 5, and now it's going back up.
Willian scored his first goal.
Oof. Dear, oh dear.
Yeah. Willian scored his first goal against West Brom.
That is one of the failures of the season, I think. Terrible move. Like Ronaldo. Fernando Iniesta said, Ronaldo's in a flop, but the team has got worse over his time. Completely agree. And I think they should have stuck with Sarri. I think if you stick with Sarri more than a year, your team gets good. Like Frank Lampard doing good was a product of Sarri's training. And I just think they should have given Sarri more time at Juve, regardless of what he did in the Champions League. It's such a waste. Morgan Lily Brown has said, on an unrelated shirt, your shirt looks nice. Thank you very much, Morgan Lily Brown. That is very, very much appreciated there. Sarthak Sharma says, who do you think is a good right back for England in the Euros? Wan-Bissaka, Reece James, Kyle Walker, or Kieran Trippier? Or Trent Alexander-Arnold?
I'm not going to lie. I don't think Trent makes it into the Euros.
You don't? Who makes it ahead of him?
I think James.
Mm-hmm.
Who's else is there?
Because he's going to bring 2 right backs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say James and Wan-Bissaka, to be honest.
Well, Wan-Bissaka has spoken a lot about
James. I know James is 100% game.
So when you want to go attacking, you play Reece James. When you want to go defensive, you play.
Well, the thing is with Wan-Bissaka, he's spoken a lot about choosing the Republic of Congo to play for, I believe, because he's just not had a look with the England team. And I feel like Kyle Walker's the underrated one here, just because he's slightly older and he feels more boring, but he's still brilliant right back. I think you take Kyle Walker, Trent, and Reece James, because I think both Trent and Reece are such versatile players, especially Reece James. You can get away with taking both.
I'm not gonna lie, I just don't trust Trent's defending. Like I've seen it in the big stages, he just gets spun. Until I see improvement in his defense.
I'd say him and Reece James are probably equal defending, though. I just think Reece James has had a bit more
position. He's got a bit more position and a bit more strength to actually shrug off.
It's ironic. I was actually asked this on a Q&A, which will be coming out tomorrow, who I prefer out of both of them. And my baseline thoughts were, I think the better player is Trent Alexander-Arnold, but the better right back is Reece James.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Trent's attacking is world class. He's arguably top 3 in his position in terms of attacking. But overall, it's a bit.
I think defensively he's not bad. He's just a bit more average. And yeah, as you said, attacking he is world class. But the game has kicked off again, guys. Juventus 0, AC Milan 1. We've got 20 of you in at the moment. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new around here, please subscribe and share the stream, because we're having a good party at the moment, getting a few viewers in, having a good chat, Sid. Premier League topics, Juventus topics, Ronaldo topics, all of them coming in. Yuchi says, does anyone want to do a Troops impression? Oh no, not a Troops impression. So what's his name? The very posh guy on AFTV. I'm sure you know.
Claude.
I don't think it's called that.
Troops says he has to go. Oh, the one about the one who did the video. He has. Oh yeah, I think I know.
Yeah, there's Troops that goes, he has to go blood, and then there's the other guy who goes, he has to go blood. I think I've got the best impression there purely because my voice is that annoying. MM19 said Matty Cash. Matty Cash has been good. I don't think he's on the level yet, but he's been good. And Fernando Iniesta said Trent is the best right back in the world because Kimmich plays DM. Oh, I'll let you guys battle that out while we get into the game. Because Juve just came close, by the way. Donnarumma forced to make a good save.
I thought he just kicked off.
Low. Yeah, down low. Down low against Bentancur. So yeah, that was pretty.
You got the actual Premier Sports or the?
Yeah, Premier Sports, mate, of course.
Oh, Is it 9.99 a month? Is it?
Probably.
Oh, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'm watching on Premier Sports, of course. Who wouldn't? Everyone watches Premier Sports. Absolutely. Big up Premier Sports, promoting them. Premier Sports, absolutely loving them. That's what it says on my screen anyway. Premier Sports 1 live. Yeah. Anyway, 1-0 Milan still, and Juve have got the ball back in their own half. Checking for any halftime changes. There have been none, so it's the same lineups for Real Madrid. Real Madrid, we've got for Juventus, we have Szczesny in goal, Chiellini elected defence with Sandro Cuadrado, McKennie, Bentancur, Rabiot, Chiesa in midfield, Ronaldo, Morata up front. On the Milan side, we've got Donnarumma in goal, Kier and Tomori partner in defence. Tomori, by the way, is having a good game. Teo Hernandez at left back, Calabria at right back, Kessier Benasser in midfield, Brahim Diaz, the guy of the goal leading Milan, midfield with Salamakers and Çalhanoğlu and Zlatan Ibrahimovic up front. Throughout the game, by the way, guys, I am going to be getting up some different little stats to throw on the conversation.
I just want how Willian scored. That's just
so it's his first goal ever for Arsenal.
Here's a question for you guys and in the comments, because we're enjoying different levels of conversation. We spoke about Ronaldo, we spoke about Willian. Who has been the biggest waste of money this season?
Biggest waste of money? It's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
I think Willian's up there because he's going to be on the contract for 3 years for over 250k a week. That is diabolical business from Arsenal.
Yeah, I'd say Doherty, man. Who was he brought for 25 million? Was
it depends what you mean by waste of money. Are you talking about contracts as well in terms of pay bonuses?
I tell you, it's the biggest waste of money. Eric Dyer.
Who?
Eric Dyer. It's just a joke.
No, because you could
Can't
also
consider him a defender.
The bias.
What about Aubameyang? Giving a new contract to him, which is Arsenal probably could have got like 20-30 million for him last summer, but they've opted to extend his contract. He won't be going anywhere now, and by the end, he'll be worth nothing.
He was going to join Chelsea, but he wanted 250 grand a week. What we said now.
Yeah, big Marina Granovskaya said absolutely not. Should bring in Tino Werner. Much better choice.
I think Timo would be better next season. I knew he was going to have this kind of season anyway.
But Batchy's going to go some season.
Not everyone has a perfect season like Bruno did when he came.
Yeah, exactly. I think Timo's just had a crisis of confidence. Like even people behind the scenes have said, look, Timo Werner, it was horrifying. They used the word horrifying. They were watching Timo Werner's confidence drain within a few months of the season, be it playing up front for Chelsea. Sahak has asked as well, would you answer a question that is not football related? Absolutely. Want to get it in the comments? Go for it.
That's come off the player's back. Played a through ball.
Kept
Played
an
a through
eye
ball.
on.
Went off the player's back. Yeah.
Kept an eye off it there. Daniel, you're like my co-commentator. I like it though. Oh, Zlatan's just. I think I've just caught up with you there. Ball bounced off Zlatan's back and he's gone down. Big up Zlatan, by the way. He'll be playing in the Euros this summer.
Yeah.
The age of 38, going on 39. That is tighter. Sorry?
He's 39.
He's already 39. There you go, then. So he'll be he'll be turning 40 probably next year then? Maybe this year. I don't know what his birthday is. Someone could put that in the comments below. That'd be appreciated. But yeah, he's come back out of international retirement for this Euros tournament. He doesn't look out of place in a game of this magnitude.
Oh, PSG just scored, by the way.
PSG have scored. That means that PSG were back in the title contention against Lille.
It was a Neymar penalty.
Also, Fernando Iniesta's come up with a really good shout. Van der Beek is the biggest waste of money. 40 million and he's never played. Mustafa, what do you think?
Hey. No way, man.
No way?
No.
Why not? Expand.
When he's played, he's been close.
But how often has he played?
It's not his fault.
Just say it. It's all his fault. Just say it.
No, it's not.
In fairness, I do think with Van der Beek, that 40 million is like an investment. Like it's not like Thiago, who I think is a secret candidate here. Because Thiago, you've got a couple years out. You have a couple years to get the best out of him. And then it's a bit done. Whereas Van der Beek, he's got years ahead of him.
Yeah.
Also, Sarhak he asked the question. Would you answer a question that's not football related? I didn't see this one coming. Rank them according to your liking. Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish. To save time, Sarhak, you've actually hit the nail on the head. It would be Swift, Grande, Dua Lipa, Billie Eilish. Yeah, why not? Why not answer questions like that? Fernando,
I think Ariana Grande is better than Taylor Swift, but that's a different story.
I grew up as a virgin and a little Swiftie, so I have to back.
And I grew up as a little guy liking Victorious on the telly.
Very often. Fernando Iniesta said he's not a bad player in reference to Van der Beek, which obviously, of course. Enrique says he's incoming for Juventus. We've got 26 people back in right now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to put the link in the chat, so if you want to join, you are more than welcome to.
Milan's just passing the ball around. I don't know who's on the ball.
Well, at the moment, it's 52 minutes in Juventus. Milan still 1-0 down. And,
Mine's 51, 27, 28, 29.
Well, a yellow card's just been shown to Chiesa here for a tackle on, it looks like Calabria, who is rolling around as if he has been shot in the face, which is, as you can expect for any footballer, really. Or it is a bit of a meaty challenge from Chiesa. It's very, very late. I'm not sure if we'll see a VAR review on that, because that was really... Oh, to be fair, he has slipped. He's gone for the ball, slipped over and taken out Calabria. Bit unfortunate there, but what can you do, I guess? Just a roundup on the scores on the boards. As Daniel mentioned, PSG have scored. Neymar scored a penalty, which means they are leading against Rennes. Elsewhere, Real Madrid is still 1-0 down to Sevilla. It's half-time in Spain. And elsewhere at the moment, Arsenal finished 3-1 West Brom. And yes.
That's it. I was just sitting there, I was talking right off the ball.
Oh, we might hear someone in the background there. Ignore that from me. Yuji says, opinion on Tuchel at Chelsea, I think he's better than Oli by a million miles for me. But Mustafa, what do you think as the resident United fan?
I like Oli, but I can't lie. Tom Tuchel came in and he's done unbelievable.
Absolutely.
I don't. Sorry, but I think Tuchel's one of the most disrespected managers at the moment, man.
Yeah, I think Tuchel is top 3 in the world quite easily. I think he's just
Roman and Mourinho have wanted him since 2017, but he was still at PSG.
Exactly. I think at PSG people write him off because it's easy to win in France, but it's quite clearly not easy to win in Quite clearly not easy to win in France, is it? So
Mustafa said stop with the Donny van der Beek disrespect. I actually like Donny van der Beek, but he's playing for Man United, so I have to be.
Yes, absolutely. Right now, I'm at 54 minutes in. Mustafa, by the way, I'm going to have to mute your mic because a bit of background noise coming from your end. Just message when things are a bit cleared up there. Milan still winning 1-0. They're holding the ball out wide. Let's come inside here. Brahim Diaz, he's made another great run. There's play into the box. Diaz! Oh, he's gone down the claiming handball here. Milan players surrounding the referee. Could we have to see a bit of controversy again for the third week of the row on GNA TV?
Is it a penalty, though?
Is it a penalty? We're about to see. Well, Milan are playing on. Salamaker's shot's gone wide, and now the Milan players will inevitably turn straight to the referee. There's going to be a VAR check incoming.
Yeah.
Oh, my word. That could be handball. That could be handball.
Is it like blatant?
Yeah, that Brahim Diaz broke into the box well. He's had a shot on Giorgio Chiellini's hand is up like this, and it smacks into him. And it probably would have been going on target as well. So it could be a penalty to AC Milan. We're going to see how biased the referees are in Italy. It's a blatant handball. It's a blatant handball. Looks like it's going to be a penalty there.
I think they're going to... It says it ain't checked yet, so I don't know.
Well, the referee's going to check it now. Referee's going to the board to check it now.
Oh, okay. And
I'm just missing to get the background noise.
I have to go on flash score because I'm so far behind.
Oh, Mustafa, are you with us again?
Yeah, they've got one, yeah.
Yeah.
Going to review early penalty shout out. What a chance for AC Milan. Yeah, it's just come up now.
There we go. Also, Sarhak asked as well. He asked to answer his question. Do you think Asensio should look for another club outside of Spain? If so, yes, where would he fit in? I think I don't know. He's finding a bit of a role in Real Madrid's team. At least as someone who's a bit more of a workhorse. So maybe he shouldn't. But if he wants to be a bit more aspirational than just a workhorse, he likes to play from the left. But there's not many teams in Europe at the moment that need someone playing from the left. Maybe like a team in the Bundesliga. I could see him there, like Coutinho did. Maybe like a Gladbach or not Gladbach. Maybe like a Dortmund or someone. That'd be fun. But
that's a penalty,
yeah. But yeah, that's the answer to your question, Starthak. And
it's easy on the because it's in a natural position, so that's why they give it.
It's just a good thing of being on stream. For anyone who isn't able to watch at the moment,
Oh
Keelan had his hand up like this.
No.
Is it a miss, Daniel?
Yeah, I think he's missed it. Yeah, it's just come up. Yeah, Kessie missed.
Oh dear! Frank Kessier's just missed a penalty for AC Milan.
Yeah,
quite poor from Kessier there. He'd done a little bit of a slow run up.
on a downward. I was lucky there.
Yeah, very poor from Kessier. Daddy, I will say if you're slightly ahead for me, just wait for me to catch up, just so I can give the over the top dramatic reaction. Is what the people tuned in for, of course. But Milan have got the corner back in. Oh, it's cleared away from Juve. Daniel, what have you made so far of the start from Juve? Because I don't think they've really got going here. They threatened early on, but they've not come back yet.
I think Milan's taking control of the game.
I think they are too. I think they're making the pitch quite large as well. That's the one thing that I'm striking from this. Milan are finding space all over the place. Sarthak has said, just broke up with my girlfriend. Now I'm here. I miss her. It's like, I'm really sorry to hear that, mate. Just feel free to use the comments as your therapy session. Just
try to Pogba run up and it didn't work.
Yeah. Sarthak, just stay in the comments with us, mate. It's all good. So, of you watching right now, thank you for tuning in. 15 now. It's just jumped up as usual. GNA TV getting all the views in, loving it. Hopefully you're enjoying our commentary. If not, let us know why as well. We'll listen to all the criticism. And remember, if you want to know what game we're covering next week, let us know in the comments down below. You can tell us what game you want to cover from Europe. Just make sure it's at a time when there's not a big Premier League game on. For example, Bayern yesterday played at the same time against Chelsea and City. No one was going to be watching our stream if we covered that because everyone's watching Bayern v City. We want to be convenient to you guys. We want to make sure we're covering a European tie at a convenient time. So make sure it's at that sort of time. It's just a shot belted over the just crossbar there.
Two of us.
Oh no, it's not because we've got Velvishwan in. Velvishwan.
Velvishwan is here.
You guys saying you're good?
Liverpool are going to get top 4 watch.
I'm
not joking.
Velvishwan, last time you were in the stream, I called you Velvish Man, and I realised I didn't read your name properly. So it's time to call you. It's time to call you properly, Velvishwan. Glad to have you on, my friend.
Thank you.
I just call him Velv because he's here.
Nah, I got Velv. What do you Velvishwan? What do you prefer to be called?
Yeah, just call me Velv if you want.
Sure thing, Velv. Some people call me Al. Don't like that. Call me Alex. Some people tend to call me Alexander.
Ed Sheeran.
Everyone on Arsenal Fan TV call me Ed Sheeran. But you know what would be weirder? Calling me Euro expert. I've had that before on different streams where obviously people don't know I'm called Alex, and then they go, Euro expert. I have a question here, and I'm like, don't call me that. Don't call me that. Just call me Alex, please. I don't want to.
As long as you don't call me Danny, we're fine.
Sorry.
As long as you don't call me Danny, we're fine.
Okay, Daniel. We'll call you Daniel.
I was tempted to say that Danny right now, but I can't.
Yeah,
Well, we're already falling out because you're a Liverpool fan. Don't make me fall out with you more.
Fernando Iniesta's put a comment a few times. He was, oh my God, I realised he's put it in quite a lot of times. He's wanted it to get answered. Who'd win a hypothetical one-off game? Current Man City team with Ollie as the manager, or current United team with Pep as a manager? Velv, you've joined the stream. What do you think?
In a one-off game, I'll say Man City with Ole because Ole has outclassed Pep so many times. So I'm going with City with Ole.
Yeah, and I think as well, with I think as well with Ollie, he's a good man manager. And if he's getting the best out of his players, then by God, if he gets the best out of that City team.
Also, I've got one for you. Tuchel with Man United or Pep with Man City? Who would win?
Oh.
I'll say Pep because Man United's defense ain't good.
Now I'd go Tuchel. I think it'd be a tight game, but I know I back Tuchel just to come out with a plan. That's why I think Chelsea are going to win the UCL based off of that. That's my prediction early in.
I would say we win the Champions League since before Atletico Madrid, and I got laughed at. So and same as Chris as well.
I didn't say since Atletico Madrid. I wasn't that crazy. I said it at Atletico Madrid pretty much. I was like, you know what, Chelsea with Tuchel, they could go far. And I did back City to get to the final as well. And I backed United to get to the final. And then fucking Villarreal and Arsenal ruined it. I almost predicted both European finals. Disgraceful from Arteta's sideways.
Never rely on Arsenal for anything.
Fucking Arteta, the sideways merchant. Yuichi asked, do you think Tottenham's top 4 chances are completely over? Guys, what do you think?
Yes, because you have Ryan Mason, an inexperienced manager. Like, you ain't get it. I mean, the only time we support you if you beat Leicester, that would be good. But apart from that, no.
Fair enough. I think with Tottenham, I think keeping Mourinho in for so long kind of ruined it. Like it felt like we were just waiting for them to sack him for a good 3 or 4 months. So I feel like they derailed their own season there. Back to the game at the moment, though. Juventus are still losing 1-0 to AC Milan. 63 minutes in. No big chances yet. And PSG are winning. Yeah, we'll get into that in a second, Velv. The table as it stands, though, is Milan a third on 72 points and Juve a 5th on 69 points. So this is a big game in Italy, and it could help decide top 4, and it could see Andrea Pirlo's Juventus miss out on the Champions League, which would be unforgivable pretty much. Scores around the boards, though, as Velv was alluding to there. We have got Rennes v PSG. I think it's kicked off again that time. Kicked off back off 8 minutes ago for the second half. It's still 1-0 PSG. Real Madrid is still losing 1-0 to Sevilla in the 53rd minute. So games around Europe still going on.
So everyone's winning 1-0.
Sorry?
So everyone's winning 1-0 then?
Yeah, pretty much, yes. Everyone's winning 1-0 around Europe. Yuichi says, I think we already have the mentality over Man City as we've beat them twice comfortably. So I think we can win the UCL. Thoughts? Yeah, I think for the UCL, I tweeted this on Saturday morning because I promised I'd predict the game no matter before they played each other. I think City's mentality will be weaker than Chelsea's because the Champions League finals are a completely different ball game. Velv, you'll know it. When Liverpool got to the final, you lost, and you're not the isolated figure. Bayern Munich get to a final, lost. Chelsea have got to a final, lost. Like these are their first finals. Liverpool get to the final, lost. A couple other teams in the PSG have got to their first final, lost. I think going to your first final was a big deal, and with Tuchel on board, it makes things a bit different for Chelsea. I just think 2 teams tightly matched. Tuchel will give the edge.
Thing is with Tuchel, we won't want to lose back-to-back Champions League finals.
Yeah, and I don't think he will. I think they're the calmer side at the moment. I think Man City, they are going to be. This is what they've been building up to for ages. Whereas Chelsea have just kind of gone. They're in momentum right now.
Rebic is on for Zlatan.
Yeah, Zlatan has just come off for Rebic. He's been a good player for Milan this season. Jem, as he has said, let's get the stream to 40 likes. People will be very much appreciated. Please get the stream to.
The only thing I'm thankful for is Arsenal relegating West Brom. That's the only thing you're getting.
Is that done now?
Yeah, they're officially relegated.
Thank God for that.
So that means no more Big Sam against Tuchel.
No, Callum Robinson.
Oh, this is about why Sarhak's girlfriend broke up with him. She used to force me to watch the Bundesliga, but I wanted to watch Premier League. Now I feel bad, and I think I should have cared for her feelings and watched it with her. I feel bad. I'm going to assume I'm going to assume he's serious because obviously there's a lot of trolls on YouTube, but Sahak seems like a genuine man. Sahak, I'm very sorry for that. But I feel like you've left a good. I feel like you've upgraded, mate. Because any woman who wants to watch the Bundesliga over the Premier League is a bit shameful. So get that upgrade, pal. Get a girl who watches West Brom v watches West Brom v Arsenal. That's where the big tie is. Let's go back to the game here.
That's what we want Arsenal fans to have confidence and then lose.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Ronaldo's got the ball in the box of Juve now. Nice little step over Ronaldo. He's fired it over to the far post. Oh, Mustafa's back in. His internet crashed. Pep is the most overrated manager is his first comment. Wonderful. I mean, I think it's a bit harsh on Pep, manager who's about to win the Premier League. She says, get a goal off the Prem. That's it. Listen to Yuichi. By the way, I'm saying his name completely wrong, I think. Do you know?
Read the comment.
Oh, sorry?
Yeah, no, just continue. I'll ask
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh,
Chilwell's
okay.
going back.
Oh, for goodness sake, you and your profile pictures. Mate, if you want to spell out how I should pronounce your name, because I can't tell if that's an L or an I, spell it out in the comments, so I'll make sure I'll get it right every time. Thanks for the comments and everything. Thanks to the 16 people you watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. I think we've gained a couple of subscribers already this stream. I noticed the new people in the comments watching from Juventus v Milan. Appreciate it. I'm not sure if they're watching directly from Juventus or Milan, but if they are, fair enough. Thank you. You speak English. You've chosen to tune into GNA TV. Yes. Milan holding the ball.
I just like repping all my Chelsea players. I don't have any favourites. Okay, I do, but
we've got Mustafa back in here. See if his internet can survive. Hello, Mustafa.
Yo, guys, I'm sorry.
It's all right, man. Are you tuning back into the stream now? I imagine then the Juventus v Milan game.
His dad just told him off or something. I don't know.
He's told him off for turning the internet back on. We've got Jem back in the house. Jem, good to see you.
Zlatan's hurt his knee then. That's why he's on.
Yeah. I think
all I'm going to say, Alex, is you've hit some mad numbers. I'll tell you after. It's one of the biggest we've done on this show. So well done. That's all I'm going to say right now. So well done, people. Keep smashing the like button. Yeah, man. How's it going?
Should we have a better game next week, please?
Well, right, Tough. What was that cross?
And one I can watch.
Well, that's ironic. Yeah, this has been the game that's been the hardest to watch, both literally and on the pitch. Because besides the Milan goal, there's been a bit of moments where it's been a bit stale. But it's good to hear the numbers. It's good to hear.
I think it's the biggest. I think it's the biggest. Wow, I'm joking. It's that big. So yeah, well done. Well done. Everyone that's tuned in, but also people. Yeah, the number of reviews that we've had tells me that you haven't subscribed. So please subscribe to GNA TV. We're 20 away from actually being monetized. We need to get to that massive 1K mark. Once you get to that 1K mark, then what YouTube do is they promote us more. You know, they put us within their project and we become monetized, which means you guys, out of choice, will be able to put your own super chats in, which means that Alex will have to read them out. So please help us get there, guys. We really, really appreciate it.
There you go, guys. You heard it. 20 off.
This channel works their butt off every day. Make sure you do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we get to see Jem's OnlyFans.
That's true.
And we get to see more pineapples in the chat.
Yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe so someone like me who streams once a week can claim credit for Gem and Ads putting work in every minute of every day and building this channel from the ground. Keep subscribing so I can claim some credit. But yes, thanks guys for tuning in and thank you for the numbers that sound very, 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 very good. Sahak is continuing the drama at the moment. She's calling me over to watch Serie A, but I think she's in her senses now. But I know all the time that she'll be thirsting over how sexy Zlatan is. What should I do? What should I do? Now,
is he actually trolling this guy?
Sorry?
You sure he's not
trolling?
Of course not. That's a very serious comment, guys. Don't laugh at him. We should. Look, he's come. He's come to us for therapy. Let's help him out. So, what do you do if Zlatan Ibrahimovic is trying to steal your girl?
Just allow it, man. Just beat you up.
He's married, so it's not really going to happen, though.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, if I was you, go ring up Romelu Lukaku, yeah, and he will sort it out for you.
I'll tell you what to do, mate. A little bit of reverse psychology. Go and find a really pretty girl that's famous that you like, yeah, and make it very obvious in front of her, and then see how she reacts. That's what you should do. That'll take our mind off Zlatan for you.
Exactly. There you go. And if Zlatan does, try it with your girl, I'd say just let him. Then you could probably get a lot of money from it, and you could probably get a better girl. So I think you've got all.
Can you bring up Lamb's comment, Alex? Just 2 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, Lambs, we will
Right.
actually. We'll talk about this backstage, but yeah, we can. I think it'd be a good idea, especially how well the Chelsea ladies are doing at the moment. They seem to win everything. I think maybe a Chelsea ladies Champions League final. They're in the final, aren't they? So maybe a watch along for that, which Lambs can maybe host. We will talk about it. If anyone's got any other ideas, get them in the chat. We're always open as a community at GNAs to work together and grow always.
Absolutely. And I feel like I speak for 16 people watching at the moment. Well, I know it's bouncing around between 60, 20, 30. I think I speak for them all where I say I want to get more into I want to get more into women's football.
Oh,
And we're just going to wait for a second. Nope, it's been cleared by Milan. I want to get more into women's football, but sometimes I struggle to find the time. So if Lamb starts to watch along on GNA TV, I'll be tuning in because I want to know more about women's football. I want to get the best commentary from the people who know it best.
I've been watching women's football since it was made as Chelsea was made as a team.
Yeah.
It was first formed in 2005.
There you
Chelsea
go.
ladies, yeah.
Juan Cuadrado. What are you gonna do?
There you go then. But yeah, I'll be looking into it. I'm sure Lambs is a better commentator than Karen Carney, who... No, there's a lot of...
Karen Carney's good, man. She used to play for Chelsea, man. Calm down.
Listen, there's a lot of female commentators and pundits I actually really like. I like Alex Morgan, who Sarhank's just put in. He says she's pretty, but I think she literally just knows football really, really well. But I really like her stuff. Karen Carney is a commentator, at least, who I feel like...
Wait, is that her ball? Okay, no.
No, Karen Carney is a commentator, I think, who she doesn't like an awkward silence. So she will fill it no matter what. Like no matter if it's like 2 seconds, it will be absolutely. And I'm just like, shut up, please. just shush.
You're doing something wrong when Alex tells you to shut up because I never heard him say it. So
yeah, I'm sorry. It's just some of the points are good, but she waffles on too much. Josh is back in. Arsenal won 3-1. Tuggle take notes. That's how you beat West Brom. In fairness, he's got a point there.
Josh.
In fairness, no one cares what he thinks. Really,
you got good evening, mate. That's all I'm going to say. Good evening. Good evening.
Wait, Willian scored his first goal.
Willian scored, so he's better than Pepe.
Well, I'm gonna head back to the game for a second here.
Well.
Just
how long left is there?
We've got 16 minutes left of the game, guys. There is 1-0 Milan. Juve are starting to begin to pile on the pressure, though. They're really holding the ball in Milan's half. They're kind of defending deep. I'm going to get the stats up in a second too, but let's just go around the scores around the board because we've got Rennes v PSG, Sevilla v Real Madrid still playing at the moment in Ligue 1. Rennes and PSG.
What did you do?
Rennes and PSG are still... we'll head outside in a second. Rennes are still losing to PSG 1-0. Real Madrid are still losing to Sevilla 1-0 with 64 minutes played in the Real Madrid-Sevilla game. We're going to be heading back into the game, though. Juventus still 1-0 down to Milan. I'm going to get some of the stats up at the moment. Man of the match at the moment, at least by who scored, is Teo Hernandez, who has made... he's made... one tackle, one interception, one clearance, one block. Doing quite good at the moment. And we've the best player on the pitch attacking wise, Teo Hernandez as well, made 3 dribbles. He's having a good game, and he was pretty integral in beginning in setting up the action that led to the penalty. Yeah, I'm going to get them up now, actually, because Tomori's been having a solid game too, from what it looks like. He's had a few good blocks in, Tomori. He's made 2 tackles, 1 interception, and 4 clearances. Very strong there from Fikayo Tomori. And on the Juve side, it's been very stale. No one's completed more than 1 dribble. Delic's the only player to make more than 1 tackle. Been very poor from Juve so far.
Can AC Milan actually afford Tomori?
No. No. So for anyone who doesn't know, Milan have a £28 million option to buy for Fikayo Tomori. But as you saw by the reluctance to leave the European Super League, they're a bit cash strapped, so might not be able to get that Tomori in.
I feel like they'll get Tomori if they sell one of their players.
I think Tomori will come. I think Tuchel will we have first. I think it's first refusals, is they?
Yuichi in the comments has said, I'm not sure. I'm just going to scroll up, see if you did spell out your name, because I did
Yes,
want to make
it's
sure.
Lucci. His name's Lucci.
Lucci. There we go. Lucci. There we go. I can nail it. Lucci says Tomori is a class defender. Yeah, I think he is. I think he was shown a bit harsh.
So
Chelsea.
is
What do you,
Lucci an Italian Chelsea fan then? By the
gotta
looks of
love it. What do you guys think about? What do you guys think about Tomori? Daniel, we'll start with you.
I think he's one of the best defenders we have or had.
Fair enough. Velv, what do you think about Tomori? Would you take him at Liverpool?
Yeah, because he'll see our system a lot.
How do you mean? How so?
Because he has pace, strength, and he's an all-round good defender. I said like for a while, him and Joe Gomez are England's best centre back. If you look at ability and overall, and
Yeah,
so much
cool.
potential they both have. So
I think the good thing about Tomori is a centre back who suits a high possession team, someone who can do well on a high line. Because as you mentioned, he's got.
it's 2-0.
Yes, it is. What a goal! That's just come out of nowhere. Sorry, we've had no build up there because Rebic has just pulled a blinder out. For AC Milan, it's 2-0.
Bournemouth has just scored though, 1-1.
We'll head to that in a second, Daniel. But 2-0 to AC Milan because Rebic has picked up the ball outside the box. Barlow's about to come on for Juve, and it's 2-0. We'll see the goal in a second on your streams, but to describe for the people who haven't got Premier Sports or who are not watching through a legal stream, Rebic just picked up the ball outside the box. And as Welvers just said, he's picked up the ball outside the box, looked up, opened his body up and bent it into the far corner. Can Szczesny do better? Or it might have taken a deflection here. Let's have a look.
I haven't even seen it yet.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a fantastic goal.
Szczesny could have saved that. Side-netting.
The corner is here and the ball has literally gone straight in. It's a brilliant finish. What
was that defending from Juve? That was so
they gave so much space. That is a feature you do get of Serie A. The defenders do give a lot of space. Did give a lot of space to them.
Oh, I'm still a few seconds. 6 seconds behind, I think. No.
Fair enough.
Yes, I'm ahead of Daniel.
Yeah, because I ain't got Premier Sports. I'll get it soon now, but
it's still 2.
Oh, that's a good goal.
Yes, 2-0 Milan then. 10 minutes left of the game, but as touched on by Daniel a minute ago, Real Madrid have equalised in the Sevilla match.
So, Asensio.
Morata's so bad. Oh my god.
Asensio scored. By the way,
Asensio. There we go. By the way, Mustafa, I want to get back to you because I was in the middle of talking about Tomori there, who, by the way, is having a good game. Mustafa, would you take Tomori at United? Because obviously you've got Maguire set in. Would you take Tomori next to Maguire?
Yes, I would actually.
You would? Yeah, fair enough. You take him over Lindelof and Bailly.
Bailly's good, but he's just so injury prone. I don't know if my word. He's dead, man. So trash.
I think Lindelof's a disrespected centre back for Man United.
Like again today, he just got beaten so easily, man.
But he's had more good games than bad games.
I'd want to see his underlying stats. I want to see what his tackle success rate and things like that is. But as we say, people, can we push to 40 likes? That'd be a good high for our European watch along. In the first one, we got a lot of numbers, but as Jem briefly came on a minute ago, it seems like numbers are the best yet. So it must mean you're loving this game. Maybe it's the Ronaldo tax, although Ronaldo's not really done anything.
What is his face? Juve, what are you doing?
Yeah. Juve at the moment is quite weird. They're dropping off completely, letting Milan pass the ball around now. For a team who need to win this game to solidify Champions League football, who, if they lose, they're going to fall into Europa League. This is a very slow performance from Juventus.
That's what you do all game. Mark Ronaldo just didn't do anything.
No, he literally just gave the ball away to them.
Well, just touching on the subs too from Juve, because there's been a few we haven't completely touched on. Ante Rebic came off for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's the guy who got the goal. Dejan Kulusevski came off for Rodrigo Bentancur. And Krunic came off for Brahim Diaz. So Milan have got a bit more defensive.
Milan are making a sub right now.
Yeah, Meite's about to come on. It looks like that is for Sailor-Makers. And I think we're going to get someone else coming on too. Diego Dalot. Yeah, Diego Dalot's coming on for Ismail Benacer too. And just to touch on the other thing, I think Juventus brought on Dybala for Chiesa, which is a bold move because Chiesa is probably their most exciting player. Lucci did ask me, what team do I support? I do not support a team, Lucci. I am a neutral. You can find out more about that in my Q&A tomorrow, but I am a complete neutral. I do not support a particular football team. So you're getting the unbiased stuff from me.
I know who you support, but I'm not going to say nothing.
No, he's a Liverpool fan.
No, he's not.
Daniel, who do you think I support? Because I think you're going to say Chelsea.
Norwich.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad. Norwich. Yeah, Norwich, big fan. And Bolton, big fan. Milan, of course, the ball in. Tomori has scored.
Oh, Tomori, yeah.
Yay, Tomori.
Tomori scored a header.
Tomori.
It's a brilliant header. Milan are winning 3-0.
What's the story for Kyle Tomori? Wouldn't you like to know?
There we go. Well, this is
What a
huge
header.
because Juventus losing at home. This is big. They don't usually lose in Turin. But Milan are winning 3-0 away from home. This is a dramatic
Tuchel's going to
blow.
go now. I'm not selling him. No, going back.
Well, it looks like Andrea Pirlo's job is on the ropes. Let's just talk you through the goal. Tomori kisses the camera. There we go. Let me just talk it through, guys, because free kick's come in there. It's gone straight into the centre of the box. Tomori relatively unchallenged. Giorgio Chiellini can't get close to him. Tomori's header bounces into the top corner, down and up. Great header from Tomori. Risen so high there. That is a fantastic
That's my
jump.
actual centre back.
That is
back.
Guys, if you're behind on the stream, keep an eye for the jump. It is a brilliant jump. He's made Giorgio Chiellini look like a pensioner there. Now Milan are winning 3-0. This is another great game we've tuned into.
Went out of nowhere. It's like 1-0. Did we say that? We said that earlier. It was boring, and then it just went boom out of nowhere.
Well, that's what you get from European games, don't you? Sorry, Val, I've cut you off a couple of times. Is that what you're going to say?
That free kick came from Ronaldo losing the ball. And then when the ball gets to Kessie, he's done brilliantly with the ball, dribbling it, and then drawing the throw and a brilliant set piece to Tomori with a header.
It's his first goal in Syria.
Who, Tomori? It must be.
Yeah.
Juventus now piling pressure on, but they're 3-0 down with 7 minutes to go. It looks like Juventus are going to be battling to get Champions League football. Just as a reminder, I'm going to share the screen in a second because this is huge for Italian football. This is huge for the banter of Europe.
Big up Gio, the AC Milan fan in the chat.
Oh,
Gio,
who is the
man,
AC
legend.
Milan fan in the chat?
Gio.
Thank you, Gio. Oh, there we go. Young Goat Tomori by centre back. Big up, Gio. There we go. I saw Jem speaking
You got
to
to
him.
afford him first, my
Tune
friend.
in. Jem was speaking to Gio to tune in. Thank you very much, Gio, for tuning in. If you're new here, I'd like you to subscribe. If not, thank you for tuning in. And just make sure you like the video. We're 3 more likes from 40 likes. Please also subscribe to GNA TV also. Yes, please.
Come on, Gio.
And Crofty said, what did I say? Tomori! There we
What's
go.
the story for Kyle Tomori?
And of course, Josh comes with a deluded comment once again. It's over for you.
Valve. Josh is not deluded. Josh is not deluded.
I'm the deluded one, according to him, so may as well.
Yeah, we're all deluded.
Josh is funny, man.
Exactly, Mustafa's on it. There we go. Josh is a smart, funny guy who's always right. We should.
Arsenal.
There we go. Well, just getting the league table up at the moment, sharing the screen very briefly, just as a reminder, because this is bad for Juventus. You can't see it at the table at the moment, but what it would do, it would mean AC Milan leapfrog Juventus, and they go to 72 points. Juventus would drop to 5th. They would be 1 point off Napoli, and they'd be fighting for Champions League football. It is absolutely hilarious.
We want 4. We want 4.
Want 4. We want
foul.
4. Absolutely. Well, 85th minutes, guys. Well, guys, I'm going to hand it to you. Daniel, who's been your man of the match so far? I'm going to get the stats up in the background, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the game.
Man of the match tomorrow.
Man of the match so far, Daniel.
Tomorrow?
You're saying tomorrow. Okay. Vel, what about you? You probably haven't been able to tune in the whole game, but your overall impression so far?
I'll give it to Tomori. Brilliant defensively and got a goal as well.
Tomori as well. What about you, Mustafa? What do you think?
For me, I'd say Tomori. He's been brilliant in the air. He's done well to pocket Ronaldo.
Fair enough. Yeah, Ronaldo's been completely quiet this game. And Donnarumma's just been forced into a good save too. The sharp 22-year-old goalkeeper who looks like he'll be leaving in in the summer. Tomori, as it stands, is an 8.79 rating on Who Scored. He's got a goal. He has also made 2 tackles, 3 interceptions, 5 clearances, 3 blocks. Tomori has been absolutely brilliant.
Alan, did you just see that shot?
I think I missed. I've seen the Juventus players all over the place. Oh wait, no, hang on. That's the rebound. That's the replay of Cuadrado. Guys, talk me through what happened. Do you take charge? What did I just miss?
I think it was Dybala. So Cuadrado brought the ball to Dybala outside the box, and Dybala absolutely bluffed it. It went so wide.
The ball is so shit, man.
Oh, dear. Dybala's really fallen off a cliff with these rates. But yeah, as it stands, guys, Tomori is man of the match. He's made 5 long balls too, completing one of them. 88% pass accuracy. Big night for Fikayo Tomori, who, let me remind you guys, is only 23 years old, the English centre-back. Huge night. We did say at the start of the stream, if Tomori has a big game tonight, it's going to force Thomas Tuchel to take an eye out, keep an eye on him. And look what he's done. He's absolutely proven that. And we've also had a look. We've
Dalot. Dalot.
Look, his loan runs out before they can sell players.
Okay, that was in the box.
Dalot, Diego Dalot, as you heard from Velv, made a good run down the line, crossed the end, but it's gone to the other end. Juventus, what's really surprising about them is how tired they look. There is barely any energy in this team. I think that's what you get from having an aging squad and not really transitioning it well to a young team. You've still got Chiellini at the back. Kessié shot blocked well. Milan are still the dominant team here. You would not think this is the Italian champions playing, would you guys? It's very poor for them. Lucci says this Josh Thompson guy is a troll. Absolutely not. I can't wait till GNA TV hits 10,000, 30,000 subscribers and we're still pinning Josh's comments at the top because they are gospel. We absolutely love them. Crofty says Tomori pocketed Ronaldo. Well, guys, before you give your thoughts on that, I'm going to give you Ronaldo's stats for this game. Oh, hang on, let's just have a look. We've got Milan coming forward.
Pass it. Oh, okay.
Rebic holding on too long and he's giving it away. Yeah.
Big chance for Sevilla, and I think it's 2-1. Yep, 2-1 Sevilla.
2-1 Sevilla. 2-1 Sevilla.
Oh.
Damn.
No idea.
2-1 Sevilla.
Rakitic penalty.
Well, Ronaldo just cut inside. He's made a good pass out wide. It's Cuadrado now. Cuadrado holding on to it. Kessié standing him up.
Oh, Dybala.
Oh, what a block.
Dybala or good block there from Simeon Kjaer. Now, let's have a look at Ronaldo's stats. He's had 1 shot this game, not on target. He's made 1 key pass. He's on a 5.8 rating. Cristiano Ronaldo, not a good night for him. As you guys have said, pocketed by the young Fikayo Tomori. Crazy night there. Over. And we've got 41 likes, guys. Thank you very much. We've now got 5 minutes to hit 50 likes. Be appreciated if you can.
Oh my God, that's embarrassing.
If not, we appreciate you getting those likes.
It was a counter-attack.
Yeah, a counter-attack from AC Milan. It's a 3-on-2 situation. Juventus are getting back here. Oh, Rebic almost getting through. It's good defender from Alexandro, who's actually been pretty decent tonight. Harris has said, what's the Madrid score? As Daniel just half mentioned, Sevilla have come back. We kind of stuck in this game, so we've not really given it the highlight it deserves, but I'm going to do that now. Obviously, Sevilla could potentially end Real Madrid's title hopes here. Well, put a massive dent in them with a few games left to spare. And it's so Real Madrid 1, Sevilla 2. Ivan Rakitic scored a penalty.
So a former Barcelona player scores a penalty.
Absolutely hilarious there from Ivan Rakitic. Over in Rennes, PSG, obviously the other big game in the Liga title race is 20 minutes left in the PSG Rennes game, and PSG are winning 1-0 still, courtesy of a Neymar penalty here. It's all popping off tonight in Europe. 4 minutes left of the game, guys. 4 minutes left of the game. Still 14 people watching. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys, and staying with us, even though the game is beginning to die out now. Ibrahimovic looks like he's bleeding from his head on the touchline. Must have come into a bit of a clash there. Might have been the one earlier in the game, which me and Daniel laughed at. Harris has said, come on, Rennes. Absolutely, come on, Rennes.
That's if Rennes even score.
Yeah, if they do get a goal, because they've been a bit weak this season.
Eden Hazard's come off. Eden Hazard's come off of come on for Vinicius Junior.
Oh no, not Eden Hazard. Who knows? Oh, good shot from Dybala. Just gone just wide.
Yeah.
Is it a corner? It looks like it's just going to be a goal kick. Let's get another replay. He's done well to go outside Rebic, cut inside.
No, they didn't.
Oh,
He's a
yeah,
goal
goal
kick.
kick. Before we continue, guys, just to make sure, thank you very much to Daniel Velvishman and Mustafa and also Jem tuning in today, guys. Thanks for your insight and keeping me company and being my little commentary team. Really like it. Not little, that's
Always.
patronising. Being the commentary team. There you go. Before I forget, thanks, guys, for keeping in touch to the stream today. And thanks, everyone, tuning in. Fernando Yestas back in the comments now. What would be each of your death row meal? Mustafa, I want to go with you. What would be your death row meal?
What a question.
No, we're sticking to the death row meal. We're sticking to it. We need to
That's what I said. What a question.
Yeah, we're sticking to it. Mustafa, I want to hear it. Your death row meal.
I'm not sure.
Fair enough. Daniel, what about you?
Be a Sunday roast.
Sunday roast, very nice. Velvishman.
Arsenal fans' tears.
What? That's drinking, not eating.
That's part of it. That can be like your side.
Renner's just scored, so it's 1-1.
Ren have just scored. That's big.
Yeah, 1-1.
Andy
I have
Grap
no idea.
2.0 has joined into the chat. I don't think I've seen
Garassi, that's a weird name.
Forza Milan. Thank you,
I
Andy,
wish it
for
was
joining.
Johnny. I wish it was Doku who scored. My guy. He's my guy, Doku.
Daniel, Lucci has asked you, what's your what meat on your Sunday roast?
Lamb.
Fair enough. Well, let's head back into that PSG game. As half mentioned, Ren have equalised after we said they probably won't score. Of course, the curse of the commentators. We're just holding on because Juventus have had a corner and it's just gone over, as you heard by Velvisham's reaction. Ren have scored. The goal scorer for them is undescribed by who scored. Oh, wait, is the goal been chalked off here?
It was
It was 1-1.
Oh.
No, it's still 1-1.
Oh my days.
Yeah, still
His name
1-1.
is
It's just-
Guirr. No, Guirrassy.
Serhu Gerassi, good striker. He's actually a lot like Didier Drogba, and he's on the right side of 25. So keep an eye on it. Harris has said, Lille, this is your year. Absolutely. But we're going to focus on the last minute now. Juventus beat Milan. They are losing 3-0. Juventus at home, which means they will be battling for Europa League football in a way. They'll be 5th spot after this game. The Milan players are ready to celebrate a historic victory.
Please make it 4. I want it 4-0.
This would be hilarious.
3-0 is good enough.
3-0 is good enough, but I don't know about you guys. This feels like a power shift in Italy after 9 years of dominance. Not only have Juventus lost their crown, they're also close to losing their Champions League football, which would be huge. Is Andrea Pirlo one of the riskiest managerial appointments of the season? Let us know in the comments below.
Where
We'll
will
be ending.
Ronaldo go?
My Premier Sports has died, just coming to the end of it. But I'm going to assume the game. Velv, I'm going to count on you. Is the game about to end? Has the game ended?
Full time. Yes, full time.
Full time.
3-0.
Full time.
Full time.
3-0 Milan against Juventus. Milan players celebrating like mental because they absolutely deserve to be. This is a huge result for AC Milan. Huge result. Man of the match is definitely Fikayo Tomori, as we already mentioned. If you've just joined us, Fikayo Tomori completed 1 tackle, 3 interceptions, 5 clearances, 4 blocks. I think 4 interceptions in the end. And he got a goal for himself and pocketed Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a performance that makes Thomas Tuchel keep his eyes on the young English centre-back, the 23-year-old. Huge game. Huge
He did better than last week, Dave, because didn't they lose?
Yep. Sorry?
Didn't they lose last week when he started?
I'm not too sure. Jem has asked, Alex, can you bring up the stats? And of course I will, because that's what we do over on the European show. While I'm doing that, though, guys, I want to go to Mustafa. Mustafa, what do you think this does for Juve? Do you think Andrea Pirlo's job is now on the ropes, or do you think they're going to back him?
He's gonna get sacked.
He's not getting sacked, you say?
For no, he is.
Oh, he is. Why do you think so? Do you think this is the nail in the coffin?
It's not good enough, man.
It's not good enough
at all.
That's the argument I heard recently, because they're saying you should back the project, but if you're not getting Champions League football Juventus, then yeah. It's like the standards are dropping too low in a way.
And there's some rumors of Real Madrid boss here going to Juve.
What does he down?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be an interesting move, wouldn't it? Maybe I guess they're looking for that Champions League, aren't they? And you've still got Ronaldo there. Maybe they're keeping another year. Daniel, what do you think? Same question to you. Do you think this could be the end of Andrea Pirlo's time at Juventus?
He'll be sacked and they might replace him with Allegri. I think he'll come back.
Well, I was speaking about that recently. I think it'd be a lose-lose. I think Allegri left Juve, right, to get this Premier League job, but no one's offered him one. So,
okay.
But no, I'm not negating your point. I think that is actually on the cards. But that's one of the odds on actually, Daniel. You're right. It's I think that's one of the odds on with Sky Bet and things. But I'm just saying, I think it would be a lose-lose because if Juve bring Massimiliano Allegri back, it's like, what was the point of getting rid of him? And if he comes back, it's like, look, he was linked with Chelsea, he was linked with Arsenal. He's been learning English, which he's made no secret of. Be a bit of a mess for him if he comes back. Velv, different question to you. Do you think Milan are back? It's been a big season for them, for Stefano Pioli. Do you think AC Milan are back among the giants of Europe?
Yeah, I think they are. I never write off Milan in terms of they're no longer like a big team. They're of course a big club in terms of like the titles, Champions Leagues they won. Obviously a big club, and they did well this season with the new players coming in and how they've been performing this season. And you saw tonight how much they really wanted this Champions League spot.
Absolutely. Now, Alex is just messing around trying to get the correct zoom because I'm a granny with technology. But getting up the stats here because it's very interesting to look at. As we can see with AC Milan shots, most of them coming outside of the box. Juve getting a few in the box, but the most shots coming from Dybala, actually, the substitute, which is really interesting here. We're going to have a look at the forward passes too, because I think this is something interesting to look at here. We're going to tag backwards, left and right passes. And we're just going to see, look how many orange dots there are. All obviously is a bit on both sides, but looking at Juve, very sideways today, very sideways, I thought. And just as we finish off the rest of the stats too, going to look at dribbles too, because Milan were definitely more inventive. Ronaldo of the most dribbles for Juve, but Fran Kessié making 6 dribbles. Big game for him. And obviously we're going to touch on the tackles too, because look, Fikayo Tomori made 2 tackles. Also made 3 interceptions. Look at where Milan are intercepting the ball as well, much higher up the pitch. Juventus forcing back too. And the final thing we're going to touch on today is the loss of possession too. See, Milan are losing it more in Juventus's half, and a bit more down the wings. Juventus stuck centrally. Something just interesting to look. I'm just going to look at the heat maps too, because it's interesting thing here. And look at the Juventus. Look at Juventus's heat map, guys. Look how buried they are in their own box. That is terrible from the Italian champions there. I think that's very poor from Juventus. In fair, Milan kind of similar, but felt like they're a bit more dominant in their own half there.
I was wondering what colour Rennes was wearing, watching the Rennes game there.
Yeah, look at the French thing. But yeah. And Jem has kindly reminded, what game are we looking at next week? Alex, that is the question, because it's the question to the people in the chat. What game are we looking at next week? You guys get to decide. You pick what game we take a look at. And if a European game, of course, the only condition is that it's not a complete nightmare to watch. Tonight's game was all right. As some people could watch it on streams, completely fine. But don't try and make sure it's not at the same time. It's like a big Premier League clash. Because if it's the same time someone like Chelsea v City, then we're probably not going to get a good viewer share. So please just make sure it's a decent time, and send them to me. Send them to me on Twitter at EuroExpert or CFCGem at CFCGem. We will be listening and we'll be getting the comments in. But thank you very much for tuning in today, guys. Almost losing it there. And thank you, Daniel, for tuning in. Thank you for the wise words throughout. Thank you, Velvishman, for tuning in at halftime, and thank you, Mustafa, for tuning in throughout. But that's going to conclude today's stream. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Bye-bye. It's like it's free time, when it's free time. In the dance, they have to take a